refresh my roll 20. It got all buggy. All right, so back to Record of Gaia. We are in session 19. 19, everybody. So, last time, you guys ended up talking to Sandor a little bit in the lab, and he gave you an item that allows you to teleport once per week back to his island laboratory, whether that's you guys and your cart or some, potential work coworkers for him to employ in how he, wants to employ.
Right.
Yeah, right. Then, afterwards, you guys decided that you would have him teleport you to Willand, or back to Willand, so you didn't have to wait on your boat. So as of right now, based on the timeline, your boat's still going out to get you. But whatever, it's fine. But you guys teleported to the beach, and you guys had a beach day. You had a little beach party. You fought some sharks. You wrestled the same sharks into each other. You ate dinner, drank tea, discussed murder, tried to figure out the future. Then you guys slept out on the beach for a long rest. You decided to leave Willand, but prior to doing that, you went and talked to your orc friend, who is Orbal Dumal, if I recall the name correctly, who had no recollection of you, seeing her in the lab. And then you admitted that you killed her brother. And she kinda just looked at you and you all left. Left town. You guys traveled for some time. After traveling for a few hours and stopping for lunch, you got a series of messages from Sandor, who told you about a lot of their connections. Said that a person that may have more information about where to head for general location of looking for this tome that he sent you to find is in Eldoria. The speaker of Eldoria is who he referred to, and their name is Valshun. He also mentioned that it is... Go to this map real quick. That he was able to kind of point in general locations of where some of your relatives may be. Your Marin's, both of Marin's parents in two different places in the Zyphlax Empire. Then Imric's mother off in the Twilight Lands. Jean, I did label where you were from, so we both have it at a quick grasp. The Still Spear Garrison. This E right here is Eldoria on the map. This W down here is Willand, and if you zoom in, you can see your little travel token that you all should have access to. But yeah, that's what it looks like right there. So, but yeah, as it stands right now, you guys are about a half a day outside of Willand. I did update the distance on the map, so if you were to measure from where you guys are right now to Eldoria, it's that many miles. It's about 180, 185 miles right now to get to where you're going, if that is in fact where you're intending to go. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So it's just after lunchtime. You guys are finishing up your lunch break, short rests, getting messages, and you have all that information now to do with whatever you wish. So the afternoon is yours. What would you like to do?
So, I mean, are we gonna turn towards Endorian, which is where we're going?
Does anyone in the group happen to have paper in their inventory? I only have quills.
Paper.
I'm gonna consult my actual backpack to see if I have it. I have a book of journal found in sewage with ruin.
Yeah, you did find a bunch of books and some sewage down there.
I have a map you can probably draw on the back of.
Let it be known, based on what Imric did for a very long time in the beginning of the campaign, writing letters or trying to
I
write
have
letters, very much probably have some paper on you, Imric, if I had to guess.
I was thinking about writing something, and then I realized I don't think Jean like would carry a paper or a notebook or something.
Yeah, I
Um, and so I feel
definitely.
like during the short rest that we were like lunch break, Jean would have like taken out the calligraphy quills and like stared at them like, A, I don't know how these work, and B, I have nothing to write on. And
I
we would ask
definitely
them.
have some paper if you want some, and I have 4 stamps left. Very valuable stamps for postage.
No, I don't need the stamps yet. Why would I need stamps? Why would I need to send anything to anyone? I don't know what you're talking about.
A secret lover.
I have no secret lovers because I have no secrets.
Fair enough, man.
Except for like the obvious secret, but like screw that one. But no, I don't have any secret lovers because she's not a secret. We've spent the last like 6 episodes talking about my secret lover.
There you go. Also, those quills are one-time use each, since there's 6 of them, and I remember what they do now since you wrote it in there like that. But basically, each time you use whatever you're writing, it'll turn one entire document into nice calligraphy, and then it'll
Yeah.
when you're done completing that document, basically it has 6 uses. So
Yeah.
you know.
Fancy.
I'm Jean is solidly considering using one. But if one of you happens to have paper and a normal quill, she might draft a little bit.
I definitely most likely have both.
Okay, well, Jean would like some.
Okay.
What are you writing, Gene?
And I'm working on it. I'll let you know when it's finished. Definitely like definitely like you see a mixture of giant and common starting to be written. And that's it for now. And like a lot of crossing things off and thinking about it and like trying to rephrase. And I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the game. So I will send it to you guys when it's done.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put you guys at this little campsite because a campsite makes more sense to be if it wants to work. Go. There you go. Jesus. You guys are at the campsite. Your lunchtime campsite.
Oh my gosh, what a legendary cart.
You bet. Yeah, it's your cart.
Yeah,
It's your cart.
forgot we have.
Cart and stop.
We need to max that thing out, man.
You guys.
Are we
do.
back? Are we back to being Cart Simulator as our
Yes,
main
we
D&D
are.
goal? I feel like
Yes,
it went
we
from
are.
Cart Simulator to a dating sim, back to Cart Simulator. I think that's the game that we've played.
Yeah. Kind of. All right. Well, for what are you guys' plans for the rest of the day? Are you gonna keep traveling? You gonna rest here? What's your thing? What you do?
If we ever stop for like, I mean, like if this lunch break was very taken up by lunch and Jean writing, but if we ever take another break, Jean needs to start doing some praying and meditation.
Okay.
Well, I mean, are we gonna eat on the card or are we gonna stop and eat to begin with?
That's no problem. Right?
Eat on the couch or not to eat on the couch? That is the question.
Yeah, let's eat on the cart. Why not?
I mean, you can certainly stop and eat on your cart. It's do you want it to keep trying to drive itself, or do you just gonna use that as like your picnic table and
Yep.
stuff?
Yeah.
How
don't
long
worry
is the travel gonna be based on the map?
It's 180 miles.
So in a
Are we traveling?
on a card center, that's like what, 2-3 days?
I think it's more than that. I don't think you can go
Oh.
60 miles a day on your cart. Let's see. Movement.
I can go 60 miles an hour on my car. I feel like maybe.
Let's see. Mount and vehicles. Let's see. So if fresh mounts are available, so basically,
Our guy is always first. Come on now.
yeah. So let's see here. Travel pace. Here's go. Travel pace table. That's what I was looking for. Ba-doop-a-doo. So normally, if you're walking on, let's see, because you might be able to do it fast enough. Because it says with a travel pace, yeah, 400 feet per minute comes out to, how much is that? This is a lot of math. Here we go, divided by 60. Comes out to about 60 feet per movement. So let's say you do. So yeah, basically it's saying that if you're going a fast pace, you can go about 30 miles per day. I think that's about right. Yeah, but you can only travel for 8 hours a day. So, and you can push beyond that if you want to try and be exhausted. Yes.
Wait, how many miles a day?
It says 30 miles at fast pace, 24 at normal, 18 at slow. But let's see, for up to an hour. So basically, you can go twice the distance for a fast pace if you're galloping for up to an hour at a time. But you would have to, if you gallop for an hour, you basically have to give your horse a break every hour. Like you'll have to do an hour on, hour off. And that's you going twice the distance. That would be going like 8 miles an hour. So you could basically do 320 miles. That seems a lot. 8 miles an hour times 4. 32 miles a day at fast pace, or I think that math's out right. Yeah, you end up basically not saving too much. We'll say this. If you want to go on your horse, we'll say that it gives you, based on the travel pace table, which is on this page that I'm looking at in the PHP, we'll say that you can go 50% further than what it says for that. So at a fast pace, a day you could travel 30 miles. On the horse, you could go, on the cart, you can go 45. At a normal pace, you could go 24 miles a day. We'll say you can go 36. And at a slow pace, you can be stealthy. You can go 18 miles normally, or you can go 27. So here, I will put it in. I'll put a travel table in the actual chat of the game.
Many numbers, many numbers.
I know. So yeah, it's up to you guys.
I mean, I say we just keep pushing.
I just saying that we do the normal travel that we've been doing, and
Okay.
so we don't have to.
All right.
Okay, I'm down to do normal too.
All right, cool. So make a little note here. All right, save. So, bam, there you go. It's in your guys' journal. You should have the little travel pace table now, and I put a little note down there. While on horseback or with a cart, it's 1.5 times whatever the number is. So, make sense?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Cool. So at a normal pace, you could go 36 miles a day, which would take you about 5 days on the nose at a normal pace. Exactly 5
Let's
days.
do that, man.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Sounds perfect.
Cool. All right. So we'll say that travel time will just start tomorrow morning, because figuring out exactly where you are mileage-wise right now will be a little wonky since you haven't traveled for the full 8 hours. But we'll say starting tomorrow you'll have five days of travel left. If that works. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys can kind of meander and slowly move a little bit through the rest of the afternoon into the evening and make camp if you so choose, or you can try and push through the night. That is up to you.
We'll rest. I propose rest in the evening, so we
Okay.
don't deal with exhaustion and shit.
All right.
You know, I'm saying push through the night, baby.
Uh,
You know
I don't
that's
think
what
our
I'm
Why did you say that?
Emmerich,
I don't
because
think our horse can do that.
that's true. The horse can only travel for about 8 to 12 hours
What about-
a day before the horse actually has to rest.
Hey, quick question.
Got you.
Marin, can you turn into a horse?
I can call upon horse. I can do 3 hours, and that's all 3 my spell slot. but
You-
that also means us
You can also
abandoning
you
the
can
horse
also
that we
yeah, I was gonna
have.
say you can also wild shape into horse, but that is true. If you guys decide you're gonna wild shape or make spells to get horses, unless you have a way to carry your horse with you,
Oh,
because you won't fit in the cart.
You
Yeah,
won't.
I can
anyone
take
have
us to
reduce?
place quickly.
Guys, hold up. We should get the reduce spell. Turn our horse into a small horse, put them in the cart, and have Marin drive the cart. This is a brilliant plan and has no problems
Genius.
except for the fact that someone needs to have the reduce spell.
The thing is that I have the ability to just summon great giant eagle and
Yeah,
get us to
that is true.
places.
That is
It's
true.
just the fact that we do have a horse that we need to take with us doesn't make it not really easy.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
up to you guys on how you want to handle this.
I mean, Jean is like hurry up and wait kind of moment right now, so like Jean doesn't need to be in a rush.
Okay.
I mean,
do-
you sound like you're like having issues, Imric. Are you just sleepy? Okay.
I'm okay with what the two of you want to do. I'll be fine.
I
Do we want to rest?
I mean, the
I
horse
am
ain't moving anymore, so I'm not gonna say no.
Then we can rest. We'll be okay.
Okay. All right. So here's what we'll do, because you guys travel through the rest of the afternoon. Emmerich, you haven't slept in a couple of days at this point, so give me a Constitution saving throw just to see how you're
Only one
feeling
day.
before you even get to sleeping for the night. So it's gonna be DC Con 11.
Woo!
You're you're cracking up. You're staying
I'm
wide awake. You
good.
found your natural ways to stay awake. So, all right,
Go.
you guys get here. You make camp for the evening. Um, you guys can go ahead and set that up. There won't be anything going on this evening. If you can't find seed.
uh
I mean,
can I
Hmm.
can I pull Marin aside when we start to make camp?
sure.
Uh Marin, I I do not trust Imric to not have a visitor, and I am afraid of being asleep when he is in need of our help. But also, I do not want to waste time. That I do not want to stay awake, but I also do not want him to be awake by himself again. I do not. I do not want to
He
lose our
seems
time.
to be pretty. He's looking pretty okay right now.
He's fine right now, but he has been awake all fucking day. Like almost 24 hours at this point, if not more. I cannot count. I'm no good at counting. The point is, I do not know. I don't want to patronize him by having one of us stay awake with him, but I am worried that our weak little friend is going to get hurt.
I mean, we can just get up in the middle of the night to do the watch, and then may convince him. That's yeah. Like I mean, let him do the first watch, and then let's see we can try to get him to go to bed.
Can I set my bird as an alarm clock to wake me up in 4 hours?
Yeah. Yes, you can. Roll an animal handling, because I want to see how subtle it's gonna be to just wake you up, or if it's gonna wake up a lot of things. It's a low DC, so we'll see. I mean, the DC was 5, so it's low enough that you
I
can.
rolled for alarm clock.
You did roll for alarm clock, and you were successful in setting an alarm clock for a few hours from now.
Let's go.
All right. If you did, just to answer your thing on find seed, you could still, so horses basically as they are right now, like standard like animal horses can only go for 8 hours a day before they have to stop and rest at risk of
Yeah.
exhaustion and death, right? So,
There's still like a thing that
yeah.
needs to
So if you wanted to release that horse out to the wild and then summon a steed, it'll
every
basically
day.
well, the steed is permanent until it dies or you dismiss it. Like it's a one-time
Well,
cast.
yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you could summon it and it would then roll exhaustion rolls at the same as you guys. So like every 8 hours, it could still push through because it's effectively an acting character at that point. It's not just a random animal. It's something you conjured, share mentality with, and can command to do things. So you could argue it to push past like with the rest of you guys. So if that's a plan that you wanted to pursue, that's 100% viable to do.
Forget where we got this horse. And like,
Oh, you got the horse from
It would-
the same lady who gave you the cart,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
which is why it'll never
Sure,
starve
yeah.
to death as long as it's in your possession. It can still be
Right,
attacked
right,
and
right.
stuff. It just can't starve to death.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't like Jean's again, as previously mentioned, Jean's not actually in a rush right now. So like I don't think that we need to be mechanically trying to get there as quickly as physically possible. But yeah, find steed could be a theoretical option. Just I don't normally have that prepared. So if we decide we want to do it, just remind me to do it at a long rest.
Yeah, I mean, before you do find steed, I have like 3 hours, and then myself be a horse gonna be another 4 hours combined. It will be 7 hours
So,
of
so we could have
riding.
so if we decide we need fight
yeah.
steed, Jean will just take a nap while you get horses for 7 hours, and then we'll find steed.
Or we can just put the freaking cart into the hall and just trouble with Great Eagle. That's
Oh, right.
the
It's
other way.
really this semi-magical horse that we vaguely care about that is really the problem here.
You can release it
Yeah.
back out into the Feywild if you so choose. That's fine. That is your
I
choice.
feel bad for it. I feel bad for our horsey horse.
Come on now.
I mean,
Because I mean, can we actually fit the cart in the portable hole?
the portable
Just a-
hole is just it's a 10-foot
The-
wide.
The problem is, I think as previously discussed, we probably could get it in, but we're not 100% sure how we would get it out.
Yeah.
If I recall this discussion,
Let's-
but maybe
let's
I'm making that
keep-
up.
Let's keep the horse, guys. Come on now.
Yeah. I'm gonna work through to see if I can get some pocket dimension going and or if we can get the pocket dimension going and summon the horse when we need it.
There you go. All right. Well, coming to the end of the day, you set your your bird alarm, and you all lay down for rest with Imric, I assume, taking the first watch as per usual of these last couple days.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. We're gonna make it a little dimmer for nighttime brightness.
Oh,
I know, right?
fancy.
Yes, that actually looks very nice. I like how the dynamic lighting actually makes it look nighttimey. It probably doesn't look any different to you. Oh, it does look different to you, Emmerich. It makes it a little bit
No, it
darker.
does. Yeah.
Nice. A little fire. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, Emmerich. I don't think you have any levels of exhaustion. I think you've passed all your rolls so far.
I'm good. Well, I've only had to roll twice.
That's
so far,
true.
But...
So go ahead and roll me a perception of 12. All right.
Yep.
You are staring into the fire every now and again. The wood does what it does. It crackles and kind of spits out as the wood kind of splits and catches itself. As you're staring into the fire, I don't know if you've ever just sat and stared at a campfire or a bonfire for a long time, but you naturally
Course,
start to
of course.
relax and you start to get like a little tired. Like it's a very relaxing kind of thing to do. You just kind of stare and just watch things burn like that. I'm not an arsonist, I swear. But you just feel very relaxed. You feel like the weight of the past few days of the stress leading up into potentially having to fight Sandor and seeing everything that's happened just kind of melt away. This is more, you feel like the continuation of the beach day kind of relaxing vibes going on. Kind of figuring
Oh,
out
yeah.
what the plan is going forward, how you're going to stay awake forever, how you're going to become
I-
immortal. Life thoughts. But roll me a constitution saving throw as you start to. You're going to have to roll them often.
Oh.
You, with a 7, feel yourself start to doze off. Now, you now have 1 level of exhaustion flat. So
Okay.
give yourself a level of exhaustion. So what I will say is, I know your character does not want to sleep. So you can try and fight the sleep by rolling another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage, or you can succumb to sleeping and fall asleep.
I most definitely am trying to fight the sleep.
Okay, so since you failed that one, it will continue to the con save basically will continue to rise until you go to sleep, right? On all your saves, all your checks for the purposes of staying awake. So it was a 12 for the one you just failed, so now it will rise up. I'm gonna say, because I think it makes it a little bit more interesting, whenever you fail one, instead of going up by one, it will go up by 2.
Oh man,
So
I
now,
am not
so
going to last long.
well, here's the thing. You have a +3, remember, so you would have still failed that one with your 7 from Gene, giving you the Paladin
I have
+3
a +3
from
Yeah,
Gene.
Cora!
Oh
So-
my
Cora!
god!
So you still would have failed with the 7 you rolled. That still would have been a fail at a 10, regardless.
But
But
is he gonna? Is that gonna work when she's sleeping?
I'll say
Yes.
yeah, because that
Yes.
I'll say yeah because
Please.
No,
because
it's
you
like,
are
yes, 100% auras just happened. Thinking that's what Alex
It
said.
just makes sense.
So your DC now, if you wish to try and fight through it, is at your con save at disadvantage for this one because you just failed one. DC 14.
Oh no.
So if you fail, you won't take another level of exhaustion. You'll
no.
just go to sleep.
Do I have like anything to help me? Whatever.
Plus the 3 from Gene takes you to a 14, so you pass. Barely, but you
Oh!
pass.
This is amazing.
You feel yourself starting to doze off, and just as you feel your eyes getting heavy enough that you know that sleep is gonna come and you can't do anything about it, Gene's bird alarm snaps you completely back awake and also wakes up Gene.
Oh my god.
You all of a sudden feel like someone just threw ice cold water in your face, and you are wide awake at the sound of a screaming bird.
Oh my god. Okay.
Gene, you are now looking at an Imric who has not slept in a while and has the bloodshot eyes, looks exhausted, looks like he just saw a ghost, but is wide awake now.
You look terrible.
Good morning to you too, Gene.
Oh, you know what?
Listen.
Jean is 100%. If Marion is asleep, Jean is 100% reverting to giant. Because she never gets to do that, and so I'm going to speak in English because you don't speak French.
No,
But
I
Gene
do
is-
not.
But Jean is going to be speaking giant to you while Marion is asleep because she's just
Okay.
excited to be able to speak her language for a bit.
Gotcha.
You can respond in whatever language you want.
I'll respond to giant. Let me flex my skills. It's an awfully loud bird, Gene.
Well, I could not expect you to wake me up after yesterday, so I had to do something.
Oh, you know that's fair. That's so fair. But you know, I didn't sleep a single second on this watch. Eyes were
Can I-
peeled.
Can I roll insight to see if I can tell that he's faking it?
Yeah. if
I
you
mean,
want to.
sure, but that's the truth.
Nah, I'm not very insightful. You're
Yeah.
super awake.
I mean, my eyes are like it's of a person like forcing their eyes open, so it's super wide. But you just take that as me being super awake, man. That's it.
Yeah. That's completely normal and
locked.
not problematic at all.
I'm locked in right now, guys.
You're going to have to sleep eventually.
We'll see about that. I'll find something. I still have a lot of mushrooms. Maybe they do something.
Did you
In
think
the
about asking Sundell if there is a way to stay awake forever?
No, I did not. See,
What is the point of having a sugar daddy if you do not ask him for help?
this is why we need you. My thoughts are a little bit hazy right now. This is perfect.
It is not good if I am supposed to be the smart one.
How do I talk to him again?
I thought you sent him Can you not send him messages? I thought that was your job to do that.
I don't
No?
think it, did he give us a tool to do that? Or do I need to use that of my own skills?
Correct. You would have to use your own.
Yeah.
That's not a great idea right now, I think.
Oh.
It's
right.
not
Right.
exactly what we want to do.
You know,
Unless. Mm,
I mean, we could use our one travel to him, but it seems not exactly worth it yet. Perhaps we should wait until you are actually fucking dead.
what, what if I just. What if I. He can revive me?
Probably.
I'm already immortal. Anyways, that's not.
You what? You wait? Hold up. Back it up.
Nothing. Nothing.
One tick. You are already immortal.
I mean, if he can just keep on reviving us.
As long as he is alive.
Yeah, we don't want to rely on him. We're gonna kill him soon, so it's okay.
Also,
It is
let it be
not
known,
good to rely on anyone.
you did not fully clarify how he brings people back to life.
Yeah, I don't 100%
Oh.
trust his bringing people back to
That's
life
not good.
abilities.
Just let it be known, you did not deep dive into how he does
Really?
that.
Did we not?
No.
We never. There's a lot of questions we have not
Guys.
asked our sugar daddy.
Why did we not clarify?
We were just so struck by somebody telling us that we should be the baddies, and we were like, you know what? We should be the baddies.
Okay. We'll be okay.
I assume you're all not going back to bed. You're staying awake.
No. And fight Ferris Dune in my sleep. I am a-okay. I'm wide awake, man. Good.
Would you be okay if I go sort of over there to pray? It feels a little bit weird to do it right in front of you.
Go do your thing, Gene. I am a-okay right here, perfectly awake.
Alright, well since Jean's gonna go and pray, I'll leave Imric to make a perception check at level 1 exhaustion. All your checks are at disadvantage. I mean, you're hyping yourself up to stay awake.
I'm locked in. I'm good.
You're locked in. The horse is snoring. The bird went back to sleep. You guys are just kind of on this Fey Forest road, just kind of enjoying it. You hear Jean doing her thing over there, but not really making out what she's saying. But
yeah, in the darkness, how far away can I be where I can still see Imric, but like feel like I'm hiding in the darkness a little bit?
I'll say based on your vision, you could honestly probably get to here because the fire is making a decent enough light that you could be over there.
Yeah,
You know that Imric can see in the dark pretty far, so he'll be able to spot you wherever you go as far as like that. But
yeah, it's kind of like when you go like pee behind a tree, where it's like you know what I'm doing, but also I don't really want you to be like obviously watching me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna try and take a minute to be like, dear God, remember when I was your favorite for 2 seconds? I'm working on it. What do I need to do to be the bestest I can be? Whatever you want, I'm your girl. That's basically the vibes of what I'm trying to pray out.
Go ahead and roll a religion check. That's not bad.
That's honestly not bad. Honestly, though, the vibes of that prayer being like, hey, murder god, hilarious to me, conceptually.
So, you get a vibe back that the
Vibe checking you.
That the disappointment isn't quite as strong as it was before. Right?
Ooh.
You do get the sensation that to recommit yourself to your deity, you're going to have to, fulfill one of their tenets, which, is to kill stuff. So, you get the feeling that at some point, probably relatively soon, you're going to have to seek out and perform a murder, whether that's justified or not justified.
Cool.
To stay in the graces of your deity, as you start to feel that your paladin abilities are kind of on the fence. Like, if you continue to not fulfill the tenets of your deity, you could lose that access to those capabilities, which you've heard
Oh
has
boy,
happened before. But if you
Yep.
continue to fulfill the sensations of your deity, then, you would reaffirm your belief in their system and maintain the control you have over your current paladin abilities. So,
Cool.
how long do you stay over
Murder
there and
vibes.
pray for?
Like probably like an hour of just like,
Ow.
dear God, give me the murder vibes. What do you want me to do? Who do you want me to kill? Yeah, this is a solid religious moment for Jean over here.
Okay.
But like after an hour, it's like, okay, I've ran out of things to say, and I'm gonna come back and just like awkwardly shuffle back over here.
Are you going to stay awake for the rest of the night and only take your 4-hour rest, or are you going to wake up Marin, or are you just going to leave Imric to Imric's devices for the rest of the night?
Look mad at me when I woke up. Like, I don't want you to think that I don't trust you to be on watch. I'm afraid of you falling asleep, and Jean doesn't want her little squishy sorcerer to die.
That's valid.
I'm good.
You know internally he is not good. He's not doing
They're
well.
Would it be reliable enough for me to tell Hawk to keep an eye on him and wake me up if his eyes get shut for too long, or should I wake up Marin? Like, would my bird be able to be trusted for that?
Just FYI, Marin definitely would told you to wake him up by the end of the night after your shift.
So you
when
can
we
do
have
both.
that
I do recall that. Yeah, we had this conversation. I'm just double checking.
Yep, you can do both. You can wake up Marin, and you can also tell your bird just to kind of, because I don't think Marin has. You don't have dark vision, correct?
No, I don't.
So you could even have your bird kind of be like that second set of eyes, knowing that the person who can see in the dark is not in the best of way. You could kind of have
that's
them
fair.
be,
Okay.
You could have them kind of be the support for that as well. So you could do both.
Yeah. So after my like 4 hours of being awake, I'm going to like look at Imric, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm waking up now, and I'm going back to sleep. Poke.
You are awoken, Marin.
I
Yoko.
looked at Jean, who went back to bed. I see Imric. I was like, well, sounds like we are keeping eyes out for multiple things tonight. Looks like we are keeping eyes out for multiple things tonight.
You see those two, and you see Genevieve went to sleep. Imric's there, and you see Genevieve's bird kind of making circles around camp above, and then kind of flying off, and then flying back, and just kind of like doing a wide, just watch in general. So
Jean doesn't really trust me to stay awake.
So Marin would just go ahead and chill by one of the trees, closer to the fire.
Okay.
Kind of sitting across Imric for a while. Do you need me to do like perception and stuff like that?
Yes, if you would like to roll a perception check, feel free to, please.
Let's get that out of the way first. Oh damn.
That's a good perception roll right there. You are kind of watching the bird. You're keeping your eyes out, your ears out. You're on high watch, just because you know that Imric's not slept for a few days. While Imric is definitely more than capable, you can tell that Imric is tired. So between you and Imric and the hawk, you keep a very strict eye out, and you kind of sit and kind of maneuver and kind of walk around every now and again, and nothing really takes your interest as far as anything out of the ordinary.
Probably like 2 hours in, 3 hours in, I was like, I stood up, and if Imric's still awake at the time, I would be like, I'm gonna go check out the car real quick, and I walk towards the car, and I kind of climb on it, and just so I can kind of get away from his sight. I don't know if he's paying attention to me or not, Imric.
looking into a fire.
I torn a well out of all the stuff I'm carrying. I tore a piece of paper out of the journal. Um, one of the journal that we have, and I pull up probably I don't have anything to write other than probably a piece of charcoal.
Okay.
Alex, how can I improvise something that can write? Does Druidcraft give me anything that can do writing?
Um, I would say probably not, but what all do you have in what kind of traveling gear do you have? Like, do you have like an adventurer's pack or something on you? Because I mean, if
I
not,
have a
I was gonna say Emmerich
brewer
definitely has
kit.
stuff that you've seen him write, so you can always see if you can borrow. You can also try and, you know, um, rob Jean-Pierre.
I
Um,
will borrow a piece of pen from Imric
okay.
before I go onto the cart.
If you ask me for anything, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. So I kind of was on the cart and I started pouring out a piece of paper and I start probably drafting out a letter. I will email.
You will
No,
email?
not email. Oh, I will message Alex what the letter is included, but
Okay.
Okay,
by the
sorry.
end of
It'll
by the
be
end of the night,
in 3 to
I
5 business days.
I mean, really, sending's just instant messaging, if anything. So it's just a very high magic IM, and that's all. So, but yeah,
yeah, probably in like 30 minutes or so, I call my bird over,
Hmm.
and the bird will took the letter and fly off in a distance.
Okay.
As Marin just finished writing a letter sending to Orbo.
Ooh. Okay.
Um,
So we'll say at
and
least for the next 24 hours, you won't have access to your bird unless the bird is to do something else. So
yep,
you still have
I
your
will.
summonable fire buddy for your wildfire spirit,
You
but
should
you won't have.
totally steal the letter that Jean's been writing to Orbital too. I think that would be hilarious. You should
Yeah,
you should do that. Out of
Alright.
character. I'm sorry. Out of
Do it!
character.
Do
yeah,
it!
Like Jean is not subtle enough that if anyone looked over at what she was scribbling earlier today, you would have seen like at least some obvious that it was a letter to Orbital. So I think that would be hilarious if you stole the letter and sent it with it. Oh, but then you'd read it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What do we do?
but by the end of that, I tried to send out a letter, kind of, without trying to notice anyone. And I will jump off the car, and I'll like, it seems like the whole thing is attached in one piece. Should be good to go for the next few days, and
Okay.
I suggest we should start. I'm gonna start making some breakfast for everyone, and then I start making breakfast if
All right.
since I'm the last shift.
Cool. You and Genevieve both benefit from a long rest. Imric does not. Imric, you can benefit from a short rest for sure, though. Um, but as you wake up, it is very bright outside now. But yeah, Genevieve, Marin, you both are awake. Imric, still not. You're feeling it, but here we
But
are.
I'm
You're
doing
awake.
good, guys.
You're-
Only one level.
Yep.
We're chilling.
So your next con save you have to make will still be a DC 14. So just so you know, to keep us on there.
Easy peasy.
All right, so somebody go ahead and roll me a D100 for the day as you, Genevieve, wake up to the smells of Marin making breakfast. Emmerich, you are obviously seeing him awake making breakfast as well. Excellent. So, you guys have breakfast. You feel, for the most part, rested and ready to go. And you guys start on your travels. Well, actually, I need to make this smaller because your horse is not this big. Your horse is just a regular medium character, and that is also just that big. It's not as big as it was. I think we made it just this big so that it would be more fun to look at. So, as you guys start to travel um, and continue your travels towards Eldoria, um, you start to feel the winds around you start to pick up and they start to get very cold very fast. Um, the winds are whipping at you left and right. They're bitter cold. You are not dressed for this cold weather. You are dressed for kind of like temperate ocean, seaside, foresty weather. So you're used to like the humidity and the warmth and the discomfort of just being in a sticky forest or by the ocean. So you get some cool breeze every now and again, but you are not dressed for winter. Um, Genevieve, you're used to it a little bit more than others because you're, Goliath and you have a natural resistance to being cold, so it's not such a huge deal.
Cold never bothered me anyway.
But you see that the weather gets extremely, extremely cold. And by extremely cold, I mean 0 degrees Fahrenheit or below, like actual freezing.
Ooh, what the?
So, with it being this cold, Jean being a Goliath, you automatically pass the Constitution saving throw. The other two of you roll me DC 10 con
Yeah.
saves because this is not related to your sleep. This is related to weather. So, but you're DC 10. You guys both get +3 from Marin. Cool, or from Genevieve. So cool. You both pass it. It's very, very cold. But you get yourself kind of bundled up, tightened up, use the body heats. But as you are kind of trying to drive and maneuver through this blizzard, you start to lose sight of the direction of where you're going. Howling winds, dense blue ice particles, everything within this blizzard is heavily obscuring your vision. The horse is getting berated with hail and sleet from all directions. And the horse is going to take 7 damage. The horse is just not in a good spot. He's having a very bad time. As this is going on, I imagine, Marin, that you kind of look at your weather really quickly, your little Druidcraft cantrip for the weather.
Yes, I definitely did. Yes.
Yep.
For sure.
It's kind of a thing that you just end up doing regularly. So I'll just, if things like this happen, I'm just going to assume you do it just as your character has been doing it. You feel that this blizzard is going to be happening for the better part of half of a full day. But as you're kind of trying to figure out what to do, your horse jerks off to the left and starts taking off sprinting like something scared them and forced them to go in a direction that you weren't expecting. So those of you sitting in the car all of a sudden are just whipped off to the right as the cart is snatched off to the left. Who is driving at this point?
I saw the horse kind of going its own.
Who wants to let Imric be driving?
No,
I mean, I
I'm
was
not
gonna
letting.
say,
Marin doesn't
I
let
don't
him
think-
drive, for sure.
no impaired driving over here.
Guys,
So-
I'm not that bad. Only 1 level.
I mean, Marin has been the one that's been driving,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna say that I'm always the one unless Jean oppose. I'm clearly neither of us gonna let Imric drive at the moment. So unless Jean oppose, I would say that Marin is the default driver.
I'm totally okay with that.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead then and roll me a animal handling
Okay.
check to try and get this horse back under control.
Natural one.
Hey.
It's more so not that you can't control the horse, but like you're used to a certain level of reciprocity of the horse like reacting to what you're wanting it to do. Well, as you're trying to pull and trying to get the horse back onto track, you feel that there is no amount of strength that you can put forth that is going to redirect him. This horse is running, and it feels like it's running scared, and you hear the ice, the balls of ice just continuously, like ice balls on thick horsehide flesh, just like baseballs and just over and over.
Gosh.
You can start to see welts appearing on the horse, and the horse is running for the best it can to try and find shelter. As you guys are just being drug along without any real way to control this horse, you do see that eventually the horse does kind of slow down, and you find a spot in the storm where the weather breaks a little bit. But as you're kind of looking around, you are very surprised at what you see right now, because you don't expect this. It kind of pulls up, and you're at the edge of what feels like a cliff. And as you kind of look out, and you're in what feels like the eye of the storm, you guys find yourselves here. And as you look off into the distance, you see a little bit of respite, a frozen castle, fortress, you're not quite sure, far off in the distance.
So what is happening? Okay.
As you look around, you see now there are mountains. The ground is ice covered. You look behind you, and it kind of looks like you've entered winter all of a sudden. You know the Fey realm is tricky, and you know that weird things happen all of the time. Weather is uncontrolled, magic kind of overflows everywhere. But normally you can kind of reel it in and figure out where you're going. With the storm that popped up, and with the inability to control the horse ran for what the horse thought was safety. And this is where the horse brought you. You don't see anything around you that you recognize. You can try and turn around. You can try and traverse the mountainsides. You can kind of try and set up a camp and wait it out. But you know that this storm is going to be a lot more hours. And you do see this place off in the distance, but it's up to you. Stay,
Marian, I
go.
thought you were supposed to check what the weather was. Is that not one of the things you can do? Get the weather report?
I need you to speak in English accent again. I'm sorry, I don't understand French accent.
You can't you check the weather? Shouldn't you have told us about this? Because you can check the weather. Isn't that one of the things you can
I'm
do?
pretty sure as Manon been checking the weather, he pointed that out. But you know, I also need to drive a fucking car in the meantime.
Guys.
I can't Google the weather. I'm driving.
Also, just so you know, I don't get to control the weather.
That is true. You can just see it come.
I can just foresee what is coming up, and you know, I feel like Fey Realm has something that's similar to the Midwest when you have like the forecast. It doesn't really make sense. Then may not be exactly what it is.
Fun fact, you
Oh,
rolled
wow.
on the one section of the table that was primarily weather related. So here we are.
Either way.
Marian, you said that you could give us a giant build. I assume giant build could not fly in this. Just confirming.
A giant belt?
Bird.
A giant bird.
Oh, a giant
Sorry.
bird? Yes, I can get us a giant bird, but
A giant bird, no good in Blizzard.
So right now we are in Blizzard, right? Just to double
Correct.
check.
You are like kind of
Right,
in like the eye of the storm of the blizzard. So everything around you right now, for about 300 feet ahead of you, is a little clear, but you can kind of see the weather starting to pick up and kind of start to continue moving. You could certainly summon birds, and depending on how high they would fly, you know that inevitably they would fly directly into the storm if you went high enough. And giant birds, or any birds trying to fly in the middle of a blizzard, it's not going to end well for them in the end. So you can certainly fly, you'd be limited on how high you could go safely. So
I really don't think that we can go really high up to escape this right now. And I either say that we try to turn around and get back and go back to where we come from, or try to go back then to where we come from. Or Or
I
we
mean-
wait.
If we wait, do we want to go check out the mysterious kingdom over there?
It looks like one big fortress castle type thing off in the distance.
Is there
Sure.
someone I can kill in there, do you think?
Maybe they'll just come if will you
Most
kill what's
definitely
with you about killing? Just maybe they'll just give us some warm meal and give us something to to get over this storm with.
Gene, you just
Can I-
killed Razredu.
You'd think that going after one of my main targets would be enough to at least keep me in his good graces for a couple days, but I have not met my overall quota of murder recently.
Well, if there's going to be anyone, why are we still listening to this guy? Oh my gosh.
Well,
Why
I
are you
sometimes
still
feel
listening
like
to
having
me?
a god might be helpful. At least you know where to go. When you don't have any direction.
But to just kill mindlessly. Come on now.
Isn't that kind of what you guys have been doing?
Not me. Not me. I've been
Hey,
fine.
what is that? Hey, God, what are you doing? You're not allowed to talk to us like that.
Maron could probably try to steer the car towards that big ass building or big ass fortress.
Okay, so you're going towards
Guys,
it?
I've been very good and innocent, okay? Don't be talking to me like that.
Okay. Alright, so you start to traverse your way towards this big icy fortress. And as you make your way towards this fortress, you see that there is a cliffside path that kind of snakes from base ground all the way along. So if you look at this, it doesn't quite show it here because the back of the storm is kind of masking a lot of it, but this kind of, it's almost encapsulated in cliffs, and it looks like the main entrance comes off of the path that's winding through the cliff face itself. So you eventually find the trailhead, and you can lead the horse and cart and yourselves on this trailhead, and it is wide enough to only be single file, but since you guys are in the cart and driving the cart, you really only have to worry about the horse and the cart kind of staying on this trail. So stay on it, it's not the hardest to stay on it, but it is difficult terrain as you get on it. And as you get up, you can see that buried deeper in the snow on like the icy parts, you can see there are some horse tracks and like goat tracks of animals and creatures that live out this way, or at least you believe live out this way. You see, let me get you guys to where you need to be. Bam, you guys are on this trail. And as you start to follow the trail around, go ahead and we'll say, because of how far it is, that we'll have the horse do it with the horse stats at advantage because Marion, you're driving with the +3 from Genevieve. Give me 3 dexterity saving throws from the riding horse stats with advantage +3.
Do I have the horse status, or do I just roll a d20 for you?
Let's see. I think you have. I'll just look it up real quick because you don't actually have horse stats on your character. Ba-doo-ba-doo. Monsters. Riding horse. So it will be. It's just a +0 for the horse. So just give me 2 d20s. So. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, so 18, 7, and 13. So overall a 21, a 10, and a 16. Great. The DC minimum was 10. So you're going pretty well as you first get around this first third. But as you start to get at this corner here where the horse goes, you start to kind of turn the horse a little bit, and you hit a patch of ice. And you see the horse's feet start to kind of slide a little bit, and the cart starts to tilt like it's going to go over the edge. But those of you riding the cart, Imric and Genevieve, you kind of think quickly, and Genevieve, you slam your body weight with Imric along the other side, or right into the opposite wall of the cart that's going over the edge, and you just shift yourself right back up onto the ledge. So come around there.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you.
The weight is enough to get around, and I'm gonna do this. Let me pull the horse all the way down here real quick. Let me grab the rest of y'all. I grabbed this map from somewhere else because it was perfect for what I needed, so if you recognize it, don't. But yes. So, you guys get to here, and you see that there is a lot of rubble now on this path. As you start to approach it more closely, it is quite difficult terrain, but with the control that you have over the horse and the cart, you guys are able to pass over it. And you do all pass under this bridge right here that is connecting two different buildings. But you follow the trail around still, and you end up coming right up to the edge of this gatehouse. And you see that there is a door there that can be opened. So if you wish to open it and go in, you can. But you're at the end of the trail, and you are at what looked to be... What's all of your guys' passive perceptions before you open this door?
18
Not
for
good.
Maroon.
Okay.
But by the way, Alex,
11.
Alex, is the view supposed to look like this for us?
Let's see. Probably.
But
Yes.
your
that's-
DM.
Yep, that is correct. It is from the lighting and stuff. So once you get into this building, you'll see more. Basically, right in front of you
Okay.
where that horse is, there is a door right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Once you've explored stuff, I will. It's just a weird way to try and... It's like if I put you over here, you would see more over here, more over here. It's just the way the lighting mechanics are set up in this map.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you guys are seeing the right stuff here. It's just weird with the way, because this thing wraps around in a big circle. Yeah, there was no easy way to make it so you saw everything and you see it one time. Plus, it's storming, so there's that.
We can't see anything.
Right,
Well, we
right.
can see storm.
Yes, but with your
The-
passive perception of 18, you hear it through the whipping of the wind. You hear what sounds like whinnying and neighing from horses inside this door.
They got horses, guys.
No. What-
Did we?
What do you
Uh,
mean,
okay.
no?
So they said,
What,
oh.
no, I said oh. But like why
Well,
would it matter that they have horses? What? Oh, big whoop! They have horses. Oh, great. What are we gonna do with more horses?
Push him off a cliff.
Yeah, maybe we'll give ours to them.
Oh, wait. I was going to say currently this horse is. Horse. You do not deserve to be as annoying as you are, but you have not been as helpful as our magic could be.
Wait. Why do we not like the horse?
Because we have better methods now that we are super cool and powerful.
Like as much as I like the card itself, which we can probably try to improve throughout time, the horse doesn't really improve and it doesn't really level up.
What is a level up? What is that? Yeah, I'm kidding.
Do you guys wish to push into this door, or do you want to...
Oh, I would like to do the Gene special. I'd like to listen. I'm at the door for a second and see. The fact that I'm done with your perception is hilarious to this.
If you guys want to get off the card as I'm still driving.
Roll me
go for it.
an active perception check then, Gene, as you go up and lean your ear on the door.
Oh, that was almost a good roll.
You just hear the cold whipping of the wind. That's where you hear the cold wind. But yeah, the door is closed. It doesn't seem like it's super locked or anything. It's just closed, and it's a pretty big, heavy door. So
Listen, we're just here to seek some shelter. That's all. If they say no, we can leave.
Okay. Are you going in?
I think that is yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys open the door, and you see in front of you. Here, I'll just move all of you in here so that you can kind of see everything a little bit better. Bam. You see there are 4 horses here, but these horses look very sickly. They don't look like they've been fed well for a while. They look weak. They look cold. They look like they're not having the best of times.
It was the best of times. It was not the best of times.
Yes, and this horse is having one of those bad times.
Have there been like any signs of people on our way up this very narrow mountain fortress?
The only thing that you saw on the way up was like hoof prints of what could be horses or like mountain goats, things like that. But you haven't seen any signs specifically of people.
And like from the outside, does this place like looks more like a military fortress than like a castle or something like for royalty?
Yeah, it looks more like a place that you would seek refuge. If
Perfect. This
Yeah.
is what we are looking
basically
for.
it reminds you a lot, Gene, of a garrison, like a very
Yeah, I
well
was gonna say,
fortified
this feels like
garrison.
home.
Yeah, it reminds you of a very well-made garrison.
Okay.
There's a lot of
Let's-
horses.
Yeah. Let's
Um,
keep on going.
I guess I will
yeah,
park
let's
the
get that.
car.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see if we can find any. Just find anyone.
I will say be cautious. This is a weird, feels like a weird.
Okay.
Weird place.
Oh, I forgot to put one door here, but there is a door right here. It's currently closed.
Open.
Let me adjust this door real quick here. You're in the right places. There's just a door here that I forgot to put on the map. Closed. There we go. Now the right door is in the right place. That's all. Because there would be a door right there. So it was a door to some stairs. But you can open all of these doors if you so choose. But as you open these doors, in that room right there, Imric, you see an anvil resting on the floor near a fireplace. It looks like it has not been used in a very long time. You see that there is a bellows on one side of the hearth being right here, that you feel like if you were to do anything with it, it would fall apart. You do see in here there are rusty tools and old horseshoes kind of strewn about. Looks like this was likely the smithy that made horseshoes for horses, but has not been utilized in a while.
I getting the feeling this place is very abandoned, you guys.
Well, there are a bunch of living horse out there.
It's how
Starving
like
horses.
yeah, how can now that we've suspected more abandonment, like can I convince Marin to make like an animal handling check to be like how long has it been since these horses have seen care? Jean would have no good context for that, but Jean is assuming that Marin has more animal context than Jean does.
Is it a nature check or is it an animal handling check, Alex?
It can be animal handling or survival.
Survival. 14.
You can see that these horses very likely have not had food in at least 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, they've been left alone for a while, which is sad. Is there like food around, like food source around here, like hay or stuff like that?
There is hay that has been You see there's some remnants and some scraps of hay kind of just strewn about the floor where you guys are walking. So likely at some point there was hay here for them.
It's been a while, Gene. They haven't had a lot of. They hasn't been very healthy. They are not really healthy.
Not
And
very
there's
healthy.
no- they don't have a lot of food.
Mm.
Well, so do we don't have host rations, do we? Because our magic horse does not need to eat? Question mark? Did I make that up? I may have made
Your
that. I think our horse
That's
your
does
horse
need
does
to
not
eat.
need to eat.
Oh, they do
That's
need to
And
eat.
only-
Okay.
your horse does
That's
not
only
need to.
our horse.
Yeah, well, it's in
Yeah,
your
yeah,
care,
that-
it does not need to.
But I was like, we don't carry horse food because our horse doesn't need to eat. Is what I
Correct.
was thinking.
Correct.
Yep. Well, if only I had some sort of make food spell, but alas, I don't.
In that
Okay.
room, Imric, you see that there are a bunch of empty barrels and crates, and when you start to kind of like try to open them, they just collapse. So brittle, so weak.
Oh my gosh.
As you open this door,
Whoa.
you see there are wooden cots, a few wooden cots in this room actually. You see that laying in the cots, you see there are 2 skeletons. You see that around these skeletons is what looks like a few canteens of water, and some scraps of food, remnants of whatever was being eaten. These skeletons aren't fully just bones. They are more like, think of like zombies as far as like what they would look like, for the aesthetic of it. They are definitely dead. These two humanoids. It looks like whatever food or water they were trying to consume, it did not matter. They died. And they look like they are very frostbitten, and wearing on them, they have just standard leather armor. They each have a crossbow kind of laying beside their cots, and you also see that there is 1 short sword and 1 long sword also laying in this room.
I don't like this.
I don't know. Jean's feeling kind of homey. Gotta say.
What's in
Abandoned,
this
dead
room?
people, perfect.
How, Imric, is there any the door like exit? Like, is that just a room or is there a hallway or anything?
It's a dead end.
It was just, it
Okay.
looked like effectively what like a barracks would be.
This place feels very homey, guys. Perhaps we should stay here.
Perhaps, and telepathically in Jean's head, you hear, just watch Imric a little bit.
I'm getting
He seems
the
tired.
guys.
You cannot hear that. Don't respond.
I'm not responding to you. I'm just saying stuff.
Yeah, and after you say that, Jin hear in her head again. Yeah, he's definitely not doing too well.
Emily, I just would like to point out that it's not normal to go, I'm fine, every hour or so. Like, you're trying to convince yourself that you are okay.
What?
I
It's
just-
okay. I'm fine. Relax.
Mm.
We're doing good, guys.
I have my scimitar in my hand and
Roll me, as you get to
That-
there, roll me a perception check, Marin.
oh great. Don't fuck with me. Roll 20. Thank you. 22.
Okay. You, as you get here, there's a couple things that you observe and you notice. You see that this thing that you can see out the gap of, this little triangle right here, is a slit in the wall. And as you kind of
Like
stare
an
out
arrow
it,
slit.
yeah, like an arrow slit, yep. And you see that it can watch out. I'll move you here just so you can see it. You might be able to see a little further out there, but maybe not too far.
Nope, just
but
one block.
Yep. Basically, it lets you see out onto the trail that you guys just came up. So it can see out, because you're above the trail effectively at this point. You went up. Initially, the path was odd because it started going down right before your horse slipped, and then it turned to start to come up. And you can see now that from this arrow slit, you can see onto the trail, and you can also see that from your perspective here, there's also an arrow slit here and here, and then what looks to be a couple more arrow slits in the wall, right here and right here, and you can also see that there is a door right here, but that's what you can see of the room. But you also notice as you come around the corner and you see that slit and notice these other arrow slits, you hear, because you've heard it many times before, you hear what sounds like the loading of a heavy crossbow.
Ooh, I know that sound.
He's like,
From what direction?
from inside this room, so somewhere in here that you can't see, but you can hear it. So it's coming as you come up around the corner. You hear the locking of a crossbow bolt into place. So you know that there is something ready for you.
Okay, as Imrik's moved forward, I'd immediately put my hand on Imrik and be like, stop. And where the hell is Jean right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow, but I can see so little on this map that it's really hard for me to figure out where I'm following.
And I will be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do in character. Is you ask Jean and Imrik to switch position, and maybe Jean can take the front.
Can I
if
please
possible.
just like I put my hands on your shoulders and I just like rotate us around for a second?
Oh, okay, yep, here we go.
Are you squeezing past both of them to get in front of Marin?
Do you want me in
I-
front, or do you just want me in front of Marin?
I just want you to in front of Imrik.
Sorry,
I have-
yes, sorry.
I'm
I
easy
get-
on myself.
God,
Okay.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. We're good.
Jean has a heavy crossbow, right?
Yep. You want me
Okay,
to take it out?
I point to the heavy crossbow and be like, and point upstairs.
Okay, cool. I will take out my heavy crossbow, and I will load it? Question mark.
I mean, what I'm trying to tell you is there's a heavy crossbow. I heard a heavy crossbow up
Oh.
there.
You know, 100% in character. Like, I knew what was going on, that there was a heavy crossbow up there, but Jean 100% did not understand. Jean is kind of staring at you like question mark face.
I hold a produce flame out and about get ready to throw it. As
Alright, I will
walk
take out my
here.
crossbow and be ready to shoot it.
Okay. As you come around the corner, you don't quite see anything yet, but
Okay.
I will say they hear you taking a step, and you see, because they didn't surprise you because you rolled better than their perception, or your perception is better than their stealth, and a crossbow bolt ka-thunk right in front of you. They thought, based on the steps that you were making, their perception was telling them that you're going to come around the corner, and so they released the bolt to try and take you off guard and hit you with a surprise attack. But because you beat their stealth, you did not get hit with it, and there is a little arrow bolt stuck right here into the wall, basically. So it and it came direct. It looks like it came directly across your sight line from right to left. So you know, based on the projectile of this bolt, that they are right this way. And you hear them now starting to reload a second bolt. So now you have that in-between time where if you wish to come around that corner and throw your produce flame, you have this split second to do so.
Okay, I will do that.
Alright, so take one step forward so you can see them, and then give me your attack. It'll just be a straight roll because they weren't hidden from you. 25 is definitely going to hit them. So either put yourself in the square directly in front of you or the one right around that corner. So that way I know where you are hitting.
With that story, I'm gonna step out.
Absolutely.
And I don't know I can move further than that.
We'll say you can step out, throw it, and if you want to move half your movement from there, absolutely go for it. So.
Okay. I will be here.
Okay. Cool. And
Just so Jean can
at this
check
moment, Jean, you see the bolt. You see Marin step up, throw a handful of flames, and you're ah, and you hear the bolt reloading. We're gonna go ahead and throw ourselves.
I was gonna say I'm following in, but yeah,
Yep.
initiative.
Yep, we're gonna throw ourselves into initiative right now because they basically counteracted each other's surprise. this guy's about to eat
Ooh,
shit.
Do I have disadvantage for
It is an
initiative?
ability check, yeah. So you do.
Let's go.
9.
Let's go.
Oh, I can't just look at the initiative button. I have to actually click it.
That is accurate.
Wow.
Let me give us some battle music. Let's go
Where
with
did that roll?
this one.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
7. All right, well, Jesus, that was a really bad. It's cold. Everyone's rolling a little slower, including my guy. All right, so Marin, you are up. You see this veteran-looking person, fully covered in what looks like splint armor, with a long sword on one side, a short sword on the other, and the heavy crossbow at the ready. Seeing you, and they're finishing loading up. But it is your turn. You are up first. They look like they are just sprawling to attack whatever walked through that door. So
Out of character, I want to know who this guy is and what he's doing here. In character, he's gonna die.
He's 100% gonna die.
Okay, just coming up and the primal savagery.
oh snap. Okay.
That's a 12. Probably
Uh,
not on a hit.
You slash down with your primal savagery, and you connect with the armor, but just rips through it and doesn't quite get the purchase that you're looking for. And they look very displeased the fact that you are trying to get at them.
Okay, I don't have my fire spirit out, so but I can't use the action to summon it, so never mind.
It's a bonus action to summon that, I think, isn't it? Or it's an action?
It's wild shape equivalent, I think.
Is it an
Summon wild-
action?
As an action, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. As you are you doing anything else with your bonus action?
No, that's it.
All right. You hear Marin from like behind this armor and this. You see it. They're very wrapped up with lots of warm leathers. It is cold in here as the wind is whipping through all these arrow slits, so it is chilly. Not quite as cold as outside because a lot of the wind is obviously broken by the walls and whatnot, but the arrow slits are letting some of it in. There is some snow and ice in the corners of the room here. You do hear, and the other two of you would hear it just barely as well, but this person says, I knew they were hunting me. I knew they were going to send someone. I knew that's who took out my comrades. That's who let the horses die. I'm here. They're coming to get me. I'm gonna survive. I will not die. I will not let you kill me. And just the look of pure insanity in this person's eyes. Something with this person is broken, and they very much believe that you have been sent to kill them. But
I mean,
Imric,
are they wrong?
Imric, it is your turn.
Ooh, okay.
Wait. Oh, okay. That's my bonus action. What?
Okay. I'm gonna sneak around,
You can squeeze past her if you wish.
do a little peek.
It's like, just let me on, scooting on by you. The old Midwest squeeze. Let me go.
Boom! I'm gonna
And,
get ready.
Before, after I hear him say that, do I have at least a second to yell out at the other two? I was like, just hold fire for a second.
You certainly can. Whether or not they choose to
will.
is up to them.
Yep, I know that very well.
There you go. You could say hold. Yeah, that's. But Imric, it is your turn. You have moved. You
Okay.
heard Marin say hold fire.
I
You still have more movement too. That was
when
only
I
20
when I hear that, I'll move right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna ready a sorceress burst
Okay.
for acid damage on this man.
All right.
If
And
he points at, he's already pointing at Marin, isn't he?
he is pointing a crossbow, and you do see he has two swords
Okay.
on his hips.
I
So he's still in the process of loading the crossbow.
well, listen, Marin. Okay, so the crossbow is pointed down if
Yeah,
he's loading it.
He's currently loading it, in the process of loading it to.
Okay, if he loads it and raises it to Marin, you know what? Marin asked for it. If he shoots at Marin, I'll hit him.
Okay. And you are standing by the door. You see the ice and the snow kind of littering the edges of the walls here through the arrow slits in the walls. You see this door beside you. The bolt that is very much in the wall there where that little orange triangle is. And you're holding your turn for if he attacks Marin. Got it. Jean-Bev,
Or anyone.
or anyone. Yeah.
I'm gonna run up. Clinkety clank clank. I gotta murder somebody, so like, I feel like this is such a good target. But also, out of character, I want to know things. One sec, I'm gonna roll to see if Jean does a murder.
Okay.
I very much agree with murder. I love murder.
She's going to run up and at Marin's words of like, no, don't, like, don't kill him or whatever. Jean's gonna like put her sword. Wait, how much movement do I have? I was back here.
You've done 15
5,
feet.
10, 15. Okay, so I would like to go up to him and try to grapple him.
Okay. Roll me a. You have 2 attacks, so technically you can try and grapple twice. So it'll be athletics for them as well. They rolled a 15.
So smart.
22. How do you grapple this
Ooh.
person?
What? Well, I mean, like, I kind of like like my first thought was to just like arms around him in like what looks like the most aggressive hug ever. Just like, nope, you aren't moving. That was my first thought. So first thought, best thought.
Okay. So you reach out and wrap around them, wrap their arms. So basically their arms are stuck at their side right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Anything else in your turn?
Can I say that I'm using like my second attack to try to make it so that it's harder for him to attack somebody, like just try and like give him disadvantage on his. I don't know. I just don't want to actually attack him. I just want to make it hard for him to attack me.
Attacking you won't really change much, but I'll say that you could, since you're grappling the way you're grappling, if they attempted to attack anybody else, you could effectively provide half cover.
I'm so okay with that.
Okay. Bam. That's just straight German suplexing them. That's
Oh my god.
that's wild. That's what that is. Absolute wildness. Alright, so that being your turn, you see that they're looking at you and the insanity in their eyes does not change. And all they say is, I knew it. They were coming. They're gonna kill me. They killed my friends. The blood of my friends is not on me. They sent my friends to kill me. They betrayed me. It was on them. They did this to themselves. I only killed them out of self-defense. It was not me. They came after me. I'm very powerful. I can't. Since they've only managed to load 1 bullet, and it's going to be very difficult to load a second one, I'm going to say they're only going to get 1 heavy crossbow shot. And since you're holding your arms the way they're going to be, they're going to try and shoot you in the foot, Jean-Pierre, because that's all they can really do.
Totes okay.
And it's going to be at disadvantage because it's in melee range of a range weapon. And if you see them shoot, Emmerich, so if you wish to release a sorcery burst, you can. It's up to you. You don't have to, but you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna not.
Okay. With that, they rolled very poorly. They go to shoot, and you just like you don't even have to move your foot. They just go thunk, and it's a heavy shot, and it goes directly into the ground beside your foot, and it just hits it and falls to the side. And he looks up and says, "Well, no bother. I don't need this to be victorious." And they drop the heavy crossbow, and he's just gonna try and headbutt you in the face instead.
Do it.
All right, so it'll just be d20 plus 3, a 15 as he goes to headbutt you in the face.
I mean, I don't know what my face's armor class is, but my regular armor class is a 19.
So he headbutts you, but you've been headbutt worse
A lot, yeah.
by child giants.
Yeah.
It feels like nothing. You don't even, if anything, it feels a little bit ticklish, but you all see this man just wham headbutt Genevieve in the head, who just takes it like a champ and doesn't budge. So that is their turn.
It reminds me of in Endgame, Avenger Endgame, where Thanos headbutt Captain Marvel, and
Mm-hmm.
that's that scene.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, I know this is very much not how Charm Person works, but I cast Charm Person on the guy
Oh snap.
with DC 16, I believe.
Looks like it. All right, DC 16 Wisdom saving throw. All right. Well, as you kind of look, what do you say? Oh, they have advantage because you're fighting them. Okay.
Oh, advantage.
They change it. That changes things because with advantage, because if you or your companions are fighting it, they
Ooh.
have advantage. So, what do you
Ooh.
say to try and charm this person? Also, did you mean to cast that at a second level, or you just click that one by accident?
I think cast it at second level just give me more target.
Yeah,
It doesn't
does.
really
That's fine.
make
Yeah,
it.
you can just switch out and burn a first level slot instead of a second, since since yours is only one target.
Yeah, it should be a first level.
Cool,
I
cool.
don't know why I
Yeah, it's all
quite
right.
sure.
What do you say to try and charm this person?
Down. I know that's 2 words. Calm down. Or
As
Yeah.
you look, and try to charm and calm this person, you see the enchantment magic kind of flow off of your tongue and kind of land in the ears of this combatant, and his eyes get real wide, and he looks over at you and goes, "That's what they all tried. They all told me to calm down. That's how you get me even angrier. And now I'm going to kill all of you." He rolled a 16 with the advantage,
Too loud.
so he did pass. The advantage is
yeah.
what passed him, but he is not charmed by you currently.
okay, I try, guys.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
That's my action. So yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Imric.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. As my bonus action, Imre was like, just rescue this guy.
Yeah,
I tried.
Skill him.
I'm done with this guy, and I think a perfect spell for him is Mind Sliver.
Oh snap. DC
I'm
16.
just gonna try to break his mind apart even more.
It cracks. They
Yes,
they do not pass that intelligence save. Okay. Here's the thing. This person looks very hardy. That's the thing. He doesn't look small or weak. Like for all points and purposes, they're a very well-trained military veteran who looks like they know what they're doing. They're very girthy and very strong.
I don't like this. What's happening? But that's my turn.
Okay. Genevieve, you are still grappling them. It's up to you. What you wish to do.
Well, the grapple hug. It looks like we're deciding to kill him, and Jean was told by God to do more murder, and so she is going to forego the hug and try to bonk with her sword.
Okay.
Ooh, bad bonk.
Okay. Give me the second attack.
Better bonk.
So, as you release the hug, you both reach for your long swords at the same time. He reaches for long and short sword. And as you go to attack with the first one, he pulls both swords at the same time, creating that like X of blades and catching your sword and flicking it out the way. But you're used to your militant training against much larger combatants, and as he slips your sword out the way and kind of moves both of his arms up in like a flourish, you slide the sword around and cut him down across from right to left, of shoulder to left hip, connecting with that 21. He managed to flick the 12 out the way, and you see But yes, give me that damage.
God damn.
12. No, 12.
12. Okay.
like part of me wanted to use a smite, and part of me feels like we got this. But Jean's gonna say to you guys like, I sort of need this kill. If you can give me the final blow, that would be great. I'm not saying you guys can't help, but if you can save the last for me, that'd be great.
Anything else on your
What's
turn?
wrong with us, dude?
No. No, I'm good. I don't feel like using too much on this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna regret that later.
All right. He with the two swords and bleeding, kind of, you see him cough up some blood because that was a good connection right there. He's gonna take a slash at you with each sword and see if he can't be effective. He slashes down with the long sword and just your shield bashes it right out the way. Tries to follow around with a short sword, and you said your AC is 19.
Yeah.
As he slashes down, bounces the long sword off the shield. He goes to try and twist and try and shank you with the short sword, but just in enough time, you're able to turn your body and your armor in such a way that it kind of bounces off one of the hidden plates that's protecting your kidneys. And with an 18,
damn,
The kidney
dude.
plate.
yeah, with an 18, the short sword hits it, but doesn't penetrate. You kind of tense up that side of your abdominals, and you just force it to bounce off of it. And he looks at you. Now he's looking a little bit like a cornered wild animal, with nowhere to go. He's kind of looking around, trying to find escapes. And all he says is, "If Therm wanted me dead, I would have been dead a long time ago. Today will not be the end of me." And you recognize, Genevieve, the name Thrym, not Therm, as the god
Thrym.
of frost giants and cold.
Oh.
Thrym. And anybody who has proficiency in religion has likely heard of them before, but
I feel like it's very thematic for Jean to know who Thrym is.
yeah, there's a lot of people in your group that worship gods of giants one way or the other, or at least follow some of their teachings. And and this is what kind of makes them, this is why you know it. Other than them being a god of frost giants and cold, they are also a god of war that use a double-bladed white axe when going to war. So, Marin, your turn.
Alright, let's get killing, shall we? Nah, that's probably not gonna hit.
So casual.
You try and slash down with Primal Savagery, and he pulls up both swords, and you kind of catch the base of them, and that 20 managed to flick your hand away. The 12 does not connect.
Okay. Well, that's... Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my bonus action spells on this thing.
Okay. All right. That your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Imric.
I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna keep on whispering silent words into his head.
Okay.
This one, he has disadvantage on the save because he failed the last one.
Is it disadvantage, or is it like minus a d4?
It's a minus D4, my bad.
'Kay.
So right, this is why you're the DM, Alan.
I rolled a 5 anyway, so I'm not gonna roll a d4 because I rolled a 5. So, 3 damage. All right, what are you whispering into his head? And let me ask you this: are you doing it telepathically, or are you outwardly saying the words?
I'd say I'm mouthing the words, but it is telepathic.
Okay.
And as the words for himself, it's probably, I wouldn't say it's like specific words, just like incantations
Okay.
into his brain
Okay.
that just make it melt a little bit more.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna step away from the door. I'll go into the very corner.
It is a lot colder in this corner than it was in front of that door
Oh.
because you are now surrounded by, like, it's not enough
Oh,
to do any
God.
damage or anything. It's just colder here because you're now surrounded by all the windows in an icy corner. So you're just, it's much
Okay.
colder over here than by the door that is not surrounded by windows in an ice-covered
I
corner.
just sabotage myself. Okay.
Uh,
That's my turn.
Genevieve.
Genevieve, time for more bonky bonk.
Do you want to do anything with your bonus action or just straight attacks?
Just straight attacks.
You go to slice down and he deflects your first attack.
Lame.
I'll just do it again.
You connect. As he does the same kind of maneuver, flicks the sword away, and you pull the exact same reversal tactic and slice down, but this time you manage to slice him from the other shoulder
You
to
did
kidney.
not learn, you are stupid!
So now he has an X bleeding across his front.
Oh, please say you said that in character.
Can I? Oh, 100%. Can I add a smite to that one?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
I feel like God would appreciate me trying to kill this guy. Using up a spell slot, and that's 2d8, I think. Question mark. I don't have a smite button.
Yeah, it's
Do I
2d8
have
is your
a smite?
base.
9 extra. Oh wait, I didn't roll damage in the first place.
All right.
So 9 plus 12.
9 plus 12 is 21. Okay. Alright. So, this person is not looking well.
Please don't
They-
kill him. I need to kill him.
They look at you, Jean, seeing that you recognize them saying what they said about Thrym. They say, now my translation could be incorrect because I don't remember fully. So if I will say it in both what I think is the French for it and then the English. But in Giant / French, they just say in their wild-eyed looking self, "Se rendre, c'est mourir, je refuse," which should say, "To surrender is to die, I refuse." And he's going to attack at you. He's going to drop the short sword and go grab the long sword with this second hand and try to attack you, just going heavy-handed on 2 longsword attacks. Apparently, he just needed to pump himself up because I rolled a natural 20 and then a 22.
Up the
Oh
jam.
my god.
Yes.
So, let me make sure I have the right side that I'm looking for here. Yes. So, you take, in total, 25 damage as he heavy hand slashes you in the same maneuver of which you got him. So you
Oh
now
my
have an X
God.
of slashing damage across your chest after he yelled that to surrender is to die, I refuse in Giant. So Imric, you also understood what they said, and then they attacked with great feral ferocity.
Can I attempt to make it look like for the sake of my friends, try to like take it like a champ
Absolutely.
and make it look like it wasn't as bad as it was?
Absolutely. But you feel, as you're putting on this show of it not being as bad as it probably really is, you get the sensation of this is right, this is what I'm called to do. Your blood starts to burn hot. You start to feel blood dripping from the sides of your eyes and the sides of your mouth. And you feel that every action you take in regards to this situation is absolutely correct, and you shan't be vilified. This is absolution. There, it is your turn.
God, dude.
For the record, I'm not gonna heal you this round. Okay, Jin's got turned up.
He is also
I
looking pretty
will-
bad. The enemy is looking like he's getting close to death's door.
I don't kill him. I need to kill. I mean, like, God will forgive me if I only helped kill this guy, right? Right? That'll count. I don't think it'll count.
Fine, I will
maybe-
use my sword instead of a spell. Would that make you happier?
Yes, 100%.
I'm gonna laugh if
Okay.
you crit. That's gonna be hilarious. You hit
40.
him with a 20. 5 damage. Okay.
5 damage.
Awesome. Yeah, you slash down on him, and you kind of catch into where the wounds were already bleeding, and you not only do you make them deeper, but you also cauterize deep in, and so then you start to smell burning flesh as the scimitar is removed from this person's body. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I mean for the I feel bad as a player. To not heal her. Second
okay, you don't have to.
level. It's fine. I'm the healer.
You know, I
Like the cleric.
still haven't seen you use that
There.
resistance ability.
Oh,
That's true. You
My
can
resistance.
reduce damage. Wow, that is a shit ton of damage.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait. That's a healing word,
that's a
which
healing
is
word.
that's fine. That's yeah.
2d4 plus 5. Yeah, that's correct. You rolled really well. 2d4 plus 5, is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a second level.
Oh, that's right. It keeps going up. You right. 11 heals.
Nice. Thanks.
Anything else in your turn? Or you can stay there?
That's my turn. Yes, I'll stay there.
All right, Imric, it is your turn.
Would you allow me to use my Savine Sting and he doesn't die if it succeeds?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can, if it
Like
succeeds.
non-lethal sapping sting, so that
Yeah.
Jean can get the
5.
final blow.
DC con.
And with a minus D4.
You guys are the best of pals.
He failed it without the minus d4, and the
Oh.
the 5 won't kill him, but it will knock him prone.
Okay.
Correct?
I want it, yeah. What I want him, I want all of these black tentacles and hands to sprout out from the ground again, and pull him down to his knees and grab onto like the front of his head and pull it down so that he's in like an execution pose, you know?
Yeah.
Back in the old days.
Well, then he will be this way. You see, Genevieve, these necrotic black hand-like tendrils reach up from the ground and pull at him from his splint chest plate from up by his collarbones and rip him to his knees. And this one hand kind of crawls at the back of his neck and forces his head into the bowing position in front of you. And you now have your attacks at advantage because he is prone and very much on
With
death's
your
door.
head!
You have it, yeah. Give me that advantage.
You
Attack.
gotta kill him here, Gene. If you don't
I'm-
kill him, it's gonna be
I'm
embarrassing.
working on it!
Yeah,
Okay.
24 will for sure hit.
I clicked on the damage twice and nothing's happened yet. I hope that doesn't damage twice.
Well, click on it again and see what happens.
Maybe if I click on it a third time.
There it is.
Lots of damage.
I saw the 10
lem-
come through.
Let me ask this: are you doing it execution style with 2 hands, or are you doing it with 1 hand?
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, like, I usually do one hand because shield, but, like, narratively, yeah, this has gotta be a
Special
two-hander.
occasion, man.
Cool.
Yeah, this
Special occasion.
For fancy occasions, I bring out two-handed murder.
Um,
And one second. Never mind.
'Kay.
If I rolled below a 10, I was gonna say something.
all right. Is there anything you say as you remove this man's head from his body?
I think I mean, I think I'm gonna say one of the Goliath gang phrases that I can't remember what they are. From the Marseillaise, like whatever one of those are.
As you crash down with your sword
Maybe just le jour de gloire est arrivé. Just that one. Consigne peur abreuve nocillon.
and describe for them
You're
what that is in
impure.
English.
Mandarin is a very confusing face.
The first part is the day of glory has arrived, and the second part is that your impure blood will water our fields.
Damn.
That is the
I don't
French
need to know
national
that
anthem
as a
for the record.
player, nor a character.
Holy.
I need you guys to know that is legitimately the French national anthem. That's-
Holy shit, dude.
As you say those things, Jean, the blood that is coming from you crawls up your arms and kind of wraps itself as like a leather binding around your hands, kind of tightening your grip on the hilt of your sword. And as you come down with a clean removal of this head from this body, you swing with such great ferocity and force that your sword sticks into the ground for a second, and you have to a little bit of extra effort to pull it back out. And you feel this overwhelming sense of calm and appeasement and accomplishment as this person in front of you is no longer in the land of the living.
So okay, I was expecting to get some information out of him, but well.
Can I take off his like top clothes? I want to see if there's any symbols or anything on him.
Yeah, you guys can certainly remove his armor.
Yeah.
He is wearing splint armor. So if that is more beneficial for anyone to wear
Is that
splint
medium?
armor, splint, I believe, might be heavy
Is
armor?
it the like lowest heavy or
I
like
think
I have-
it's...
I have Chang, I think.
Yeah, let's see.
Splint-
Splint is
Splint
heavy.
is heavy.
Splint's heavy armor that gives you a base AC of 17.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
wearing.
So
And you are the only one that can wear that.
How much
I already
is it
got some.
worth?
It's
Is
worth-
it look pretty
it's
good
w-
condition?
So theirs doesn't look like it's the best condition, but you also know that most things that you acquire you can sell for about half value, and you know at new, because Gene, you've had new armor of this when it was new, you know that it
I
has
don't
a
think I've ever actually had new armor. I think I've always had hand-me-downs.
well, you
But I know what it is worth.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you were to try and buy your armor that you're wearing brand new, you know that it would cost you about 200 gold pieces. So you would imagine this
I
would
think
probably market for
we
about
should
half
put
that.
this in the hole.
Yeah,
It
throw
is-
that in the hole for sure.
Eventually, I would like to get better armor than I have. So if we can hold on to this for my armor fund, that would be great.
Okay, have we updated the portable hole?
Nope.
Do we still have all these potions?
Yeah.
You should have whatever potions are in your. Most people have them on their character sheet.
Portable hole.
Fire
One second,
breath.
let me.
The ones that are in there right now are
Fire
correct.
breath I took.
Oh,
Fire breath is on me right now.
Okay, cool. So you can just remove that. Anything you have on your person, just remove from the portable hole document. A chicken
Does someone have
potion. Jesus.
Did you have potion of advantage, Jane?
She got a potion of advantage.
I don't have
let's
that in
see.
my inventory.
I don't
I
think-
gave it to you for a fact.
Okay, so you have the potion of advantage on your person then, and then you have 2 endos of
I
blood.
will toss that on my list of things that I have.
Yes. But yes, so just put that in there.
Okay,
It's
I-
just one times splint armor, and then just put in brackets 100 gold pieces, so we know what it's worth, because we know it's used.
Cool.
But as you remove the splint armor from this person, as well as avoid the blood that's leaking from them, you see that on the undershirt that they were wearing, it's obviously now doused in blood from 2 different directions, but you see hanging around their neck is not an enchantment, like a big necklace. Word I
Pendant.
could not recall. A pendant, that's the word. And then blazoned in this big circular pendant is a white double-bladed axe, the symbol that you know, Genevieve, to be of Thrym. And as you kind of look in the corner where there should be a fireplace, there is no wood that has burned. There is nothing that would resemble that of a fire. You see all that is in there is a small prayer altar to Thrym. And you see in a plaque above it that says, "Those that protect this temple will fight in the eternal war under the direct command of Thrym. Enter at your own risk, but survive and die in the name of Thrym, and you will be forever rewarded with glory."
Ooh.
Huh. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, screw Thrym, right?
Yeah, I think my initial reaction is very much screw Thrym. But like nothing personal, just like, you know.
We're taken.
Who
Yeah,
is
we're
this guy,
taken.
by the way?
He's the god of ice giants? Question mark? No,
Frost
giant.
question mark?
Thrym
He is
is
a giant god of cold.
the god of frost giants and cold. They are a goddess, a god of war. They are chaotic evil, and they have a white double-bladed axe as their symbology.
Wow.
There are so many evil gods in this world that I'm starting to get worried.
Or you've just
Like-
ran across a lot of really evil people.
They're like neutral on
Mhm.
Thrym concept.
Yeah.
I like
gotcha.
he's kind of a sidestep.
We're taken. That's all.
So all three of you,
Which
Can
is,
roll
yeah,
me-
I'm taken.
all three of you can roll me religion checks, and Genevieve, you can do it with advantage because of your natural knowledge of Thrym here. 16. Okay. Okay. So, Imric, you've heard of other evil gods. You're like, okay, cool, whatever. Not a big deal. You're more focused on kind of like the combat that happened, and you're cold and you're tired, and there's just a lot of things happening in your mind. You're trying to, not be mentally assaulted by Theris Dune. You got a lot going on. A lot is going
Yeah,
on in your
busy.
brain. Your psychic resistance can only hold up for so long before you finally crack. Like, okay. Marin, you know about as much information as what Genevieve has shared, and what you naturally know of Thrym being the god of the giants from what this man has said. Genevieve with a 16. Additional things that come to mind for you as you kind of remember a little bit more about Thrym. You know that they themselves, in the imagery that you have seen from those that support him or worship under him, he is, even for a frost giant who are already exceptionally large, he is considered exceptionally larger than even the biggest of frost giants. He's not even a greater deity. Thrym is a lesser deity. So he's not even a big bad god. He's just a very deific giant. But when people say giant and they think of these humongous frost giant creatures, he is about 4 times the size of a regular frost giant, which is already almost 20 feet tall. This deity is 60 to 80 feet tall on a bad day. You also know that he wears typically chainmail, but it looks like fur. And so when people think they can slice through his flesh, because normally
This description is making me very anxious for fighting Thrym, and I'm not feeling it right now.
the
Sorry.
armor that he wears is like almost wolf pelt like, but knowing that that pelt has the sturdiness of chainmail, and cutting through it is exceptionally challenging. You also know that alongside using a great axe and valuing strength and combat and chaos over anything else, he's pretty aloof. He kind of wanders until he finds war, and then he goes whole hog onto war. But you know that the one creature that those who follow him revere, but also fear more than anything else, is that of the white dragon.
He doesn't like white dragon?
No. He
No, he
favors
does-
white dragons and uses
Oh,
them
sorry.
to protect things that are important to him. So, for all points and purposes, there might be one in this land. You
Yeah.
don't know. So,
I do not want to be a drag, but there is potential risk of dragon.
I don't want to fight a dragon. All right.
I'm not particularly interested in dragon fighting at this moment. Although, would dragon fighting count as murder? I just want to take a brief moment to meditate on that concept.
If you were to murder a favored
Scavenging, I
creature,
will go ahead and
if you were to murder a favored creature of an evil deity, you would imagine that this may bring even greater favor to you from your deity.
Ooh. I mean, it still sounds like a bad plan, but Gene, you know that GIF where the woman drinks kombucha and she's like, "Ew, that's gross," but maybe no, that's I'll send it to you. I'll find the GIF. That's exactly what's going through Gene's head at this moment.
Okay.
So if I'm not sure what else we can do without potentially fucking with Rim, and as you say, it's not that we're against him. It's just we are taken. Sorry, I have a girlfriend sort of vibes.
Well, I mean, do we think we can get out of this storm? I don't want to find any dragons. I really.
Mary, if you check the weather, does it say if it's going to continue to storm for a few days? We sort of assumed, but like.
I check the weather.
As you
Okay.
Check the weather.
as you check the weather, you see that at this point it looks like there's maybe 6 hours left of this storm, and then the weather will not necessarily be clear, but it looks like it will be calm and not actively blizzarding.
Yeah, it won't be travelable for another 6 hours, guys.
I mean that there was the sign that was like enter here and fuck with Rim. Like not fuck, you know what I mean. And is there anywhere else we can go that is not indoor guarded? We are people who fuck with Rim now.
There was another way for us to go earlier, right? Like we went through every direction in the castle.
So you went up the path that led you directly into this space, into this gatehouse.
Oh, for the record, I took that hit like a champ, but also if we could take a short rest at some point, that would be great.
So
Great? I don't know where that R is coming from.
So the only building you have been in is this gatehouse. There is a door that you have not opened, but you know from having walked under it and what you can see out the windows, there is a bridge connecting this gatehouse to the main fortress. So you have the ability, if you wish to enter into the fortress, or you can stay out
Guys,
here.
in that dungeon, there might be a dragon.
Right. No, that's fine. I'm down killing a dragon. Do you guys want to take a rest at somewhere the snow is windy?
No, that is a good plan. I forgot you guys get cold.
Jean, everyone gets cold. You also get cold. You just don't feel it.
Gene is confused at that concept because how can you both get cold and not feel it?
As
Like,
someone who's
Gene's
in
gonna, like,
real
poke-
life, and as someone who's in real life and in game from a tropic area, I can tell you that I get used to the weather in Chicago despite I don't like it.
Gene's gonna like poke Imric like somewhere in Imric's flesh and be like, "Do I feel cold? I don't feel cold."
You poke me to see if you feel cold.
Yeah, like no, like does my skin feel cold to you? Is what he's trying to.
Everything
I
feels
tell-
cold to you right now.
Mary walked down the stairs. Like, if you guys can come to join me for some tea if you want to have a rest.
Tea. Oh my god.
It is
Um,
much warmer down here. So
Yeah, can
There's not as
I
much wind.
find? Is there one of the location that has like a fireplace? Is it this one has a fireplace?
yeah, it's basically a old little smithy workshop where you are right now, so you can clear out
Ah.
what would be like in the fireplace just to make it out the way, and you can make a fire there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And there's no windows or arrow slits in these 3 down here. The only places that the wind would really penetrate through would be the staircase that you guys came up, and then the room that you guys fought in. What were you gonna ask, Emmerich?
Can I drag this man's body and throw it off the cliff, off the bridge?
You certainly can. His half-naked, headless body, and just yeet it over the cliff. More so like you push it.
He'd be wearing like some sort of clothing under his armor. Did we take his actual clothes?
No, that's why I said half-naked.
Does he,
Oh.
does he have a nice juicy coin purse for us or anything?
He does, and in his coin purse, he has 3 gold, 2 silver, and 5 copper.
That's not very juicy.
Wait.
You can keep it.
I'll keep the gold and the silver. I'll give each of us a gold.
You get 1 gold? Oh. So much riches.
It's better than nothing, man. Come on now.
I'm not judging you.
You do see, as you're out here on this bridge pushing this body off of it, it is a 50-foot drop down to the next lowest point, like to the path. And between the door, with the wind whipping at your face out here, between the doors of where you were, like the gatehouse and the main fortress, it's about 35 feet. You also see that pushing him over the edge was hard because the walls are 3 feet stone high. So you had to like clamber his body up the edge and then just like shove him and flip him over the edge. You left quite the blood pile, but it's fine. You also see mounted to the wall over here, north of this, so right up the side of it right here, there is, you can see it kind of up higher, there is an iron bell with a short rusty chain dangling from it. So
Interesting. Okay. Alarm system. But anyways.
Yep. Marin, you can start a fire without any issue at all. So, and it is much warmer back here. There is not the whipping winds. It is comfortable for all points and purposes. You can still hear the wind kind of whipping. Unless you close the door to the stairs, you can still kind of hear the wind circling through. But that's up to you.
We're short resting, right? We're not long resting.
Yeah. I just wanted to roll some hit dice. I don't need a ton. I don't need anything besides some hit dice, personally.
Yeah. You guys can certainly short rest.
Like we're really trying to get me to sleep. We do a rest here.
No. I mean, like, I also could get by without a short rest, but like, if we don't have anything
No, we'll
pressing, a quick short rest to top me up would be nice.
Oh yeah, remember you also have the homebrew healer feat, Marin, that you can use in combat instead of your actual spells if you wish. So.
Yeah, I need to remember doing that. But, it's only like a stabilized feat, right?
No, so for yours, because you have the healer feat, it does a few different things. So when you can stabilize someone at 1 hit point, as an action, you can spend 1 use of the kit, heal them 1d6 plus 4 plus hit dice equal to their maximum. So it'd basically be 1d6 plus 10. But they can only do that once per short or long rest. And then for my customization of it, you get proficiency in herbalism, and expertise is gained through some other manner if you already have it. And then when you make potion salves and antitoxins, you get twice as much. It can be produced at the original cost. So basically, if it costs you 10 gold pieces to make 1, you get 2. So basically, you can do 1d6 plus 10 healing per person per short rest with just using your healer's kit. But you do have to, anytime that, I think you have 10 uses of it for the standard healer kit. But once you run out, you just have to basically buy the materials. And if you're in any town, you can buy the materials you would need to put stuff together for it. So
yeah, like I said, I have to just remember that I have that and use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
More frequently.
Yeah. But yes, you guys can take a short rest without issue here. It is nice and warm. You can have some food, eat some snacks. Also, I don't know if you've been remembering or not, Jean, but whenever you get attacked, you can reduce that damage by 3 because of your heavy armor master feat.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
Oh.
Yeah, because those weapons aren't magical. So any attack that you've been taking, and I think you only took 2, right? You 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can reduce all of those attacks that you've been taking damage from non-magical weapons or spells by 3 flat.
Do you have
Can I-
heavy
can I-
armor master?
Yeah, we'll basically say that
Yeah.
you can just knock
Oh
off,
my gosh.
just give yourself 1 hit dice back and ignore the 6 that you rolled, because that's effectively what it would have been. So
Perfect.
just give yourself a hit dice back. But yeah, you have that as your feat too. So just whatever I
More
say.
about that.
Yeah, me too.
I love that.
Whatever I
feat,
say
dude.
your attacks are, unless I say they're like magical weapons or whatever, or spells, then you like if it's a +1 weapon or a fiery sword or whatever, that won't really take effect. But
I forgot that that's how I got to
mhm,
20 strength.
mhm.
Because I had an 18, and then I got the +1, and then I was like, I need a half feat.
Yeah.
I forgot that that's exactly what happened.
Mhm. But yeah,
Jean's going to regret that she didn't take this guy's head. She's been not taking guys' heads.
the
and
head's still there on the ground. All
great,
all
she-
Emmerich did was throw the body over the edge, unless she threw the head too. But I assume just the body.
Oh, can I go back and say that I got the head, and I'm just kind of like tossing the head like back and forth between my hands like a ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then like sometimes I'm like throwing it up and like catch like a couple feet and then catching it and then like just having fun playing head ball with my murder head.
Marin will catch in and be like, "You are so fucking weird."
Yeah.
What you've never played basketball? It's our favorite sport.
Yeah, no, it has.
No, you take someone's head and then you try to throw it in the hoop. It's called basketball.
Yeah, they don't bounce though.
No, you try to throw the head in the hoop. Basketball, no?
Yeah, but you hit them, throw them on the ground, and try to have them bounce. They don't really bounce.
Why is there a game with heads?
Why
Who
not?
invented this?
I mean, like we didn't always use like humanoid heads back at home. We would often use just like cow heads or whatever head we had around.
Weirder
These
because of
things
the
with heads
horn
being-
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Who?
Yeah,
Why does it need to be a head?
Who decided it needed to be a head?
Yeah. Do you just have heads like on standby?
No, well, like have you never eaten meat when you eat? Like
You
I
eat
said,
people?
no, literally just said that it is not always a humanoid head. We often use animal heads or pig skins or other things as balls, but this is just an example of if someone came back from a particularly good murder, sometimes we would play basketball.
Yeah, you can make a head really tasty if you really try. You guys don't know how to cook.
If there was ever any question about who was the bad guys, I mean, come on. That's funny. All of those things are accurate statements, though.
What?
Playing.
What are accurate statements?
Playing
You
basketball
can
with people's
cook a
heads.
pig
You can
head
cook,
and a
you can cook
cow's
heads.
head.
Yeah, you can cook all kinds of stuff. But anyway,
Yeah.
post short rest, what is your guys' plan? Because you still have like 5 hours before the weather breaks.
Do you guys want to go through that door and go to the bridge by any chance?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I'm leading the way. Have my phoenix out, my bird out.
Wait, sir,
for the sake of...
you're going too quickly.
Well, your bird is still gone because you said
No,
it to me.
my fire spirit.
Fire
Oh,
bird.
your fire spirit. Okay, cool. You
Yeah.
can pull that bad boy out if you want to. I'd say you do it at the end of the short rest because it only lasts that hour. So right.
Yeah,
as you're going.
for sure.
Cool.
Definitely.
All right, yeah, this door is not locked. Emmerich came and went through it earlier without issue, so you can open it. You see across the way
Okay.
is the bridge. You see there's another door. You see hanging above the bridge is a giant iron bell with a rusty chain dangling from it. You feel the cold-ass winds whipping back and forth. Your wildfire spirit kind of looks like it's flickering a little bit, but it's not going to go out. And you see lots of... you can probably see them as you get closer, but there are... Well, it's not letting you see it for some reason. Let me see if I can just do this, actually. Here. This will actually probably make this a little better to see stuff. There you go. Now you can see a little better. There we go. Now you can see more of what you're supposed to be able to see. It was mapped wrong. You can see there are more arrow slits in the walls, just like you would imagine with this gatehouse. There are some in that castle walls as well.
Can I open the door?
Yeah, You can absolutely open that door. You see there
Yeah.
is
Marin, you are supposed to sit by the door and listen for a second before you open up doors.
you
Just,
see
just so
there
you don't forget.
you see there is a door in front of you and two open halls going to both left and right. You see these you feel the wind does kind of kick through as it's coming through all of the arrow slits in the walls. But yeah, you can see kind of through them. You can see from the one that you just walked down to, there is another door at the bottom there, and arrow slits. So
And this is a dead end here.
you can certainly go and check it out.
Oh, I walk through the dead end. I'll be like, what's going on?
Roll
Is
me,
this a dead end?
roll me an investigation or perception.
Perception it is.
Okay. While
Yeah.
Marin is down there perceiving, what the two of you doing?
Waiting.
You're just waiting out on the bridge in the cold.
I'm waiting for Jean to walk.
Oh, sorry. I'm mostly following.
Okay. Cool. So he went.
Like I might like have a step or two behind, but like I'm mostly just following.
Okay, so you see, because it wouldn't let me do the door right, but there, as you're looking through this door, you kind of feel a little brick out of place, and you press on it, and the door slides into the ground, as it was a secret trapdoor.
Ooh.
Huh.
Do you close that door behind you, Imric, or do you leave it open to the bridge?
Ooh. I'm gonna
It's
close it.
cold out there. You should shut it.
Dude, you're standing
Yeah.
right by two open arrow slit windows, too, so here we are.
I'm gonna get as much warmth as I can. Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Okay, cool. But yeah, you can walk right through. There was a stone door that basically slid into the floor and opened up that hallway.
I'm a scoop.
Okay. I don't know if you guys want to check out the first door there, or you want
Boom.
As you open that door, you see
The dragon.
no, you see a corner of this, and you kind of saw it from the bridge too. Now you can see it for its full thing. You see a corner of this place has collapsed into rubble down there, and it's just a pile of untraversable rubble. You could certainly go out and try and move it out the way, but you know that it would just lead to the cliffs and to the edges, and likely not a good time. So
Okay. Gonna close that.
you are all stacked on top of each other. Let's do
to?
this.
Is Jim and Enric like over each other?
Yeah, you guys were literally all on top of each other.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Wait.
I just moved you out the way so that you guys could all see your tokens out.
Yeah, I don't need that picture in my head, by the way.
So you see in front of you 4 doors. 2 of them going south, 1 of them going north, and 1 of them going west. As you open that door, Marin, you see in the corner
God, what did I just do?
a giant skeleton with horns from its head. And as you kind of look at this thing for a second, you see that it looks almost like it's asleep for a moment, and then the blue lights and the dark sockets of its eyes start to kind of flicker, and you see that the blue eyes of this bony machination activate, and this giant creature standing about 10 to 15 foot tall stands to its full height, and there is still 15, 20 feet of elevation between the head of this creature and the ceiling, and it stares directly at you, and it looks like that.
Oh, it looks like a friend.
And this frost giant skeleton stands up, grabs its axe, and looks at all of you.
Can I close the door?
You can close the door.
Jean, talk to it. Talk to it in that giant language.
Which you also speak.
I was about to say, you speak giant too.
I'm
and
not
this
as
is-
I'm not as good as you. You should do it.
Do you step in, or are you gonna yell from the hallway?
I think I'm gonna yell from the hallway.
Do this. So you can now see it. You can now see this
I
giant
mean,
skeleton.
I want to say we come in peace, but I don't think that's actually true.
Just say it.
Nous venons dans la
Why-
paix. Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Line is what stops us.
Tu,
That's our limit.
tu ne devras pas mourir maintenant. Encore. You don't need to die here again. Si tu veux.
Roll me a
Oh my
persuasion
God.
check. Because it kind of tilts its head at you and you hear the bone just... I'll say you can do it with advantage because you speak giant. Let me...
Wow.
Let me see
It's a good roll,
what
dude.
it rolled.
Holy moly.
It looks at you, and you see its eyes flash, and it looks at the ground in front of you and then looks up, and this freezing ray emits from its eyes, and the door completely freezes over, and I'm effectively going to close it because he just freezing stared iced the door shut and created an ice wall between you and itself. And you can see just the shapes kind of maneuvering just a little bit, and you hear it, you see some moving, but then you hear the bone sitting back down, and you hear the drop of the axe to the
Au
ground.
revoir.
And I'm gonna draw a blue square on here so I don't forget that you...
Guys, that I did
Well
not think that
done.
was gonna work. Thanks, Himmer. Thanks for the.
Not in any D&D game that I thought that's gonna work, but though, yeah.
Well, you rolled a 25 against his 18, so
Okay.
here, we'll do that. That's blue.
Guys, the Riz came in helpful.
I'm gonna very sneakily.
You step in there and you see that the giant has sat down, and what you now notice, since it looks like it has gone back to sleep, you see lying in this fireplace right here, it's a very soot-filled fireplace, there is a stuffed and mounted head of a large white wolf with glassy blue eyes, and it looks like it had crashed to the ground. And as you look up, there are some hooks hanging above the mantelpiece that have some old, cold meat on them, and it looks like this mounted wolf head was likely hung by these hooks above the mantelpiece at some point until the hooks gave out. But this frost giant skeleton is sitting there, looks like it might be asleep, or has gone back into its stasis mode.
I will very sneakily.
Okay.
Very, very sneakily.
As you step in here, you see that this is a kitchen. There are 2 fireplaces that are not burning, and there are also 2 more doors that you can see.
Okay.
While Imric heads off that way, are the 2 of you going anywhere else? Are you standing where you're standing? What is your plan?
I think I want to just check what's up at the door over here. I just want to, but I'm gonna. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on it. I want to do the classic Gene. Listen at the door before I do anything.
Yeah, go ahead and listen and roll me a perception check.
The fact that I'm garbage at perception makes this hilarious
3.
to me.
You hear nothing.
Cool. I'm gonna open up the door.
Bang, door open. You see 3 giant mosquito bird things look at you, and they fly directly at you, and they're all going to attack you.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Just
Um,
twice.
Alright, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Really? I rolled a natural 20 on a blood drain? That's great. So,
What does that mean?
it means that it's
God.
that the other 2 you batted away, but the one in the middle landed on you. Here's what they look like if you don't know what a surge looks like. Lands on you, and does 9 piercing damage as its big mosquito sucker attaches into your neck. And yeah, since they all attacked you, I will give you, and it's effectively your turn now. You can do whatever you need to do. It's your turn. You can attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I attack back.
All right. Go ahead. And
Fly swatter style.
give me that attack roll. Um, 21 does hit them. Roll me that damage, because you might cut through all three at once. You do. You just, as a fly swatters, and you see, and plop, plop, plop. They had 2 HP, and they're 14 AC. They're not very hard to kill, but when they attack in droves, they can drain life right out you. So,
Yep.
you did take 9 damage, and as you step into this room, you see that it is a cold, dismal hall. You see, as you kind of step in and look around, I'll have you step into right here so you can see. There's a door here, which looks like it leads to the outside. So very likely the other door from whence you entered across the bridge. There was that door in front of you that you didn't take. This looks like that door. You
Got it.
see that they're scattered around the floor. There are shields, weapons, and tapestries that have been torn. A dozen humanoid skeletons in rusty armor just scattered all around. And they look like the skeletons that you saw before in the barracks area. These ones look like they weren't murdered. They look like they all died of hunger. You also see that on the floor is a 10-foot diameter painting of a white double great axe, the symbol of Thrym.
Oh. Ooh. Oh no, wait. I was about to say I want it, and then I'm like, maybe stealing like religious iconography is a bad plan.
While you're doing that, are you going anywhere in particular, Marin, or are you just kind of staying out here?
I just kind of like look back at Marin, who was like, "Ah, come on, Jean, you're opening doors." I'm like, I did not hear anything. I am sorry. I have the bug bite to prove it. I'm sorry. No, Jean doesn't say she's sorry. What am I thinking? I'm just
Are
gonna.
you?
Who am I? You're just gonna like look back and shrug and be like, "I'm okay. You're okay. It is fine."
You're riding that murder high.
Yeah, I'm writing. I just want to murder more. I just need blood. The sword of Jean is not bloody enough.
Marin, are you staying out in the hallway? You coming in with Genevieve? You following Imric? You go through that other door that's at the end of the hallway? What is your plan?
I'm following Jane.
Okay. As you
That's
come in
fine.
here, yeah, go ahead and both y'all can roll me investigation or perception checks.
Damn.
Damn. Genevieve, you can roll me that in the same checks, perception or investigation.
Sorry, I'm not very perceptive.
I am, but I rolled a natural one.
I rolled so much better.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, I've described everything that you see in this room so far. There are a few more empty, like shelves and whatnot in here. But as far as like things that would be unique or interesting, nothing really catches your eye. Imric, down in your way, you have them doors.
I do have them doors. I'll open the right one first.
You see a hallway further ahead with what looks to be 2 doors in front of you.
At
And then
this exact moment, Jean is realizing, shit, we left the sleepy boy all by himself.
I'm
And,
doing great, guys.
like, hold up, wait. You are not with Imric, and I am not with Imric, which means that he is all by himself. Where the fuck is he?
Oh shit.
Imric, do you wish to proceed through this hallway, or do you want to open your other door first?
I'll open the other door first.
You see, as you open this other door, this looks to be like an old pantry that's been ransacked, just smashed shelves, barrels, torn sacks, and other things lying around the floor. You do see the skeletal remains of a humanoid in a rusty breastplate, and you see that this man looks like he was very gaunt and very hungry, but he also has a sword stuck into his chest. So this guy may have been trying to steal food, but was murdered for it.
Can you talk to Imric telepathically and confirm where he is? And tell him to perhaps come back?
I know where he is. I don't know we can stop him, but
You can see.
I know where he is.
You can see where you are right now, Imric. stay right there for 1 second. I'll describe everything you see. So you
Gotcha.
passed the 2 doors. There's also what looks to be a stairwell that goes upstairs. You also see, looking in the direction that you are looking, this seems to be the beginnings of like a large barracks. Very dirty, but barracks finished. You can continue on if you wish.
I'm definitely not going up the stairs.
As you pop around the corner, you see sitting in the corner there. Roll me a stealth check, please.
Ginger, I just letting you know that I'm very concerned right now.
You step through and your foot catches some stray stone, and you see the blue eyes flash awake, and it stands up. And this skeleton of a frost giant looks smaller than the one you just saw. This one looks like it might be younger. It also looks like it's not quite as hardy. It sees you, and it reaches for its axe. So you have the opportunity to make a jump attack on it before it can fully stand up. It won't be a surprise attack, it'll just be a regular attack, but you can see it. So while this is happening, the two of you, I'll let you decide what you want to do while I go to these two. What are the two of you doing?
I mean,
Okay, so
I think as soon as Gina's like, hold up, we left him by himself. She's like, where is he? And like, Marin, tell me where he is. We gotta go find him.
Okay, so
I
you
got
guys are
distracted
there.
by mosquitoes.
Let me see how far you guys are from him, just so I can math it out in my head. 70 and 80. Okay, so basically, right now, if you guys dashed from where you were without... Dashing could also risk waking this big boy up. So if you were to dash, you guys can get close to where he is in 1 round. If you did not dash, then you could get there in 2.
I'm dashing.
Okay.
Is this door open?
He closed it behind him, but it
Jesus.
was open. But he did close that door behind him to not wake up the skeleton, or he closed it as he walked in. So.
Okay, can I sneak to here? And I don't know if Jean is following me.
Yeah, you can
I'm
certainly.
not sneaking because I'm not good at sneaking anyway. So
That's fine. You can get through, and that's 5, 10, 15 feet of your movement, and you can open the door and use more, and then Jean's gonna come crashing in behind you, and I assume slam the door behind you. Okay, so take 15 more feet to get into where you're going.
1,
5,
2,
10.
3.
And then Jean, you can take your movement. You can either run straight into the door to your left of you, or follow Marin. Whatever you want.
I think I have to follow Marin because I don't think Jean really understands where he went besides just following the path that he went.
Okay, so move your movement to get to where Marin is.
Okay.
Okay, and then are you closing the door behind you as you walk in?
Yeah.
Okay, and then both of you go ahead and finish up your movement for the round. Just your regular movement,
Right.
however much more movement that you want, that you need of your normal movements.
So there are 2 doors in front of us, and I don't know which one it is.
Correct. But I will tell you, if you step here, that you can see that this one is very clearly a hallway. Yeah, well, that's your bird. Hold on. If you were to step here, you can very clearly see that this one is a hallway, and this one is... Because he left this door open. You can see that this one is like a storage room, and this middle one is very clearly a hallway. So you can take that 5-foot square, step there, and then you still have whatever movement you have left after you add that 5 feet to go whatever direction you want to go.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think, well, let me see, because that would have been your dash to sprint through. So you were here, you went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get to here, basically. That's with all, you have 30 feet of movement, right? That's your normal movement. So that's 60 feet right there. So you don't see Emmerich, but you see what you can see right now, which is the corner and a door. In that, there's a door right here in this corner.
Now, if Jean is following me, I'm gonna have us teleport down to 15 more feet to the end of the hallway.
Okay.
If that's possible.
All right. So while you guys are teleporting yourself basically to the end of the hallway. Imric, it is your turn while this is happening. So basically, whatever action you take, they will appear right after this action behind you. So I'm gonna move them here just so they can. Ah, that's not right. That was weird. Why did that happen? Your token just got
Oh.
wacky.
Squish!
You got squished. All right, so we're just gonna do this. We're gonna move you guys up here, and you guys will basically be here as soon as Imric finishes whatever action it is that he's taking. So you guys will be right there. But Imric, you take your action, and then they will appear right behind you after that. So whatever it is you wish to do before these two and Bird appear behind you.
Well, I was just gonna raise up my hands again and just yell what like Gene said last time. Like, hold on. We're not trying to kill you again. You don't want to die again. This
Okay.
is not right. I was planning on scooting into this little hallway
Okay.
or staircase.
Yeah. Well, you poked out. It saw you. You saw him. So we'll keep you here for 1 second while you say that. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll
Please
me.
successfully get this intimidation on. Please
Because
don't
now
make me kill you again.
Now, do you want it to be intimidation or persuasion, or do you want to do the same thing as how Gene did it?
I feel like it's more persuasion coming
Okay.
from me.
So it would normally be at advantage because you're speaking giant, but because you're exhausted, it'll be disadvantage, which balances out. So it's just a straight persuasion roll against their.
Oof.
Man, you are lucky.
Ah.
They look at you as they're standing up holding their axe. And then they, instead of attacking you, they put down their sword, or they put down their axe. They walk over to this fireplace, and they grab a leather sack out of it, and they throw it at you. And as this big sack hits you in the chest, like this thing is quite sizable. It's like the size of, think if you took 3 college textbooks and put them in a backpack and got that thrown and
Ooh.
hit you in the chest. Just go poof. It hits you in the chest, kind of takes you back, and as you kind of start falling backwards, all of a sudden there's a body behind you, and Marin, Imric kind of falls back into you for a second, and then the younger, smaller frost giant goes back over and turns and has their back to you, and instead stares out the slits in the windows like now they're on watch. And this bag that hits you in the chest, you hear a massive jangling inside of it, and as you kind of look in, this is what is in it. I'll just send it to you so you know what's in it right now. There's a shit ton of coinage in there.
Gosh.
Yeah, copper pieces, silver pieces, and a cracked spyglass. But you now have the option to go up that staircase if you wish, or retreat, or do whatever you want. As of right now, this younger, smaller frost giant is neutral towards you. So I'm gonna put a little yellow for like red light, green light, yellow light, and a little, I don't know, ninja, yellow ninja. But yes, it's up to you what you want to do.
I will divvy that up.
Where the
Out
fuck
of
did you
sight.
go?
Enric, and I remember yesterday when like I pulled you by the scruff and was like, hey, don't be a fucker. Jean's gonna like reach for your scruff and then be like, no, Emmerich didn't like that, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm just gonna like stick my big finger in your face, like right up to your nose, and be like, you are sleepy and you should not be away from us. Do not go far from us.
What?
I
God,
am an
that's
adult.
Such
you-
a weird, angry, like mom and dad fight. Holy shit.
Oh, okay, first off, not that sleepy, guys. I'm a little bit tired. I'm really fine.
Over a day.
Second off, I thought you guys were gonna follow me. Little mistake. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for coming so quick. But, jeez, we gotta like tone it down a little, guys.
Disapproving mom and dad, like.
I did one all-nighter and it's the
I
Come
just
on,
need you to
people.
know that, like, this is, like, you don't need to know this, Imric, but, like, this is the most caring Jean has ever shown to be towards a person, ever, except maybe flirting with Orbital. Like, this is truly the kindest thing she has ever done, is be worried about the sleepy boy. She may not realize that, but this is the nicest thing she has ever done. Look, I'm not saying that we need to babysit you. I'm just saying that we are a team and it is worthwhile you staying alive. And if you drop, you probably will not stay alive. And if anyone is going to die here, it is going to be by my hand.
It was an honest mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me be the meat shield real quick before you step into whatever that you're about to step into. As I
Can we
kind
make
of
an
try
Imric
to-
sandwich? Can we just for the next little while make an Imric sandwich between us?
That's funny.
That's up to you. I just gonna be at the front for the sake of like I have some AC. Imric doesn't.
So, are you guys all taking this stairwell to go upstairs?
Is that upstairs? Going upstairs?
It is upstairs, yes.
Okay. Yeah,
let's
I guess we'll
avoid-
step up there.
Okay,
Let's
let
avoid
me.
the ice giant.
You guys go here, and you guys.
Ooh.
Let me put you over to where you need to be on the actual map here. You guys are
Oh
over here.
no.
So you guys head upstairs, right? You see that what you see immediately upon walking in here is this room is decorated. This looks like a head of a tribe's. This looks like a tribe leader's bedroom. You see that there is a piece of a body, a right hand that has been severed, clutching an elegant-looking great axe. Non-magical, just a very fancy-looking great axe. You also see.
Does it look like it's worth any money? You said it was fancy.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably worth about 50 gold pieces.
Can we dump that in the hole?
Sure, just make sure you mark on there it's worth 50 gold pieces. Elegant,
Whoever-
elegant-looking great axe.
Can
You also see that there is impressive-looking furniture that looks mostly destroyed. You also see heaped around this room are furs, antlers, and rotting heads of dwarves, humans, and some other humanoid creatures that you cannot make out. You also see that there is an ornate wooden chair missing one of its arms. You see there are 6 branches of red coral worked into its design, which can be broken off and very likely have value.
Well, sure, let's do that.
If you take off all the branches, just so I don't forget where they are later, the red coral branches, 6 of them, worth 25 gold pieces each.
Red coral branches worth 25 GP each.
Yes. You can
On
also
On the
see
whole six.
you can also see through the arrow slits in the windows that you are effectively at the top of this fortress, and stepping out there is the open area roof, and it is ice and snow covered, and there are also some chimneys that you can see out there, but you see out these arrow slits that you can see, there are battlements that are about 3 feet high, but it's really all you can see from the arrow slits up here.
Marin looks at Jean and be like, "Is this the giant
I'm gonna put you here
style
so you
bedroom
can also
that you guys sleeping? Because this is really cold."
it is. I would not say that it is. Like the cold part is not that. Like it's a little bit colder than normal. No, we don't normally
It's
try
really
to.
fucking cold, my lady.
There is a fireplace there. You can also see that the door is broken, Imric, and you can walk out there if you wish.
Have you considered that perhaps it is extra cold just because it is currently a blizzard and it is not necessarily 100% this cold all the time. Anywhere is cold if there is a blizzard and a window open.
All that blue,
Yeah, and I
all the
don't
blue lines
consider
is
that
like ice and
normal,
snow on the thing. Just so you know.
Yeah, and I don't consider that as a normal behavior of anything.
You do not consider cold to be normal behavior?
No, I don't consider living in a cold weather being a
Roll me an
normal
acrobatics
behavior.
check, Imric. As you
Oh,
guys
okay.
are discussing this,
Oh,
Guy,
worse, you're a
I'm
kid.
literally just peeking outside. That is all.
as you guys are discussing this, Marin, you see out the corner of your eye, Imric just out the door, and with a 4, Imric, you hit a patch of ice, which sends you sliding over here. Just and you eventually
Holy
stop yourself, and you stop yourself by just falling over and just planting on your butt on this icy ground, and you guys say plop, and it's like oh.
I'm immediately running
I
over.
am not doing so good.
Teleportation to bring you in here. First of all,
Yeah, you guys can
Can't we
see
run now?
Imric's just sitting on his butt on the icy roof outside. Everybody roll me a d20, please.
Oh boy.
I'm stuck. But
Oh,
I'll
there
be
you
here.
go. Okay.
That's a D100. 1 second.
This,
That's a
this
D20.
was supposed to just be me peeking outside, man. That's all. Now I'm gonna die falling off a cliff.
Yeah, can you just fall off the cliff over here? Is that
You
is
could.
that real?
I think that's where I'm headed
You
towards.
certainly can fall off that cliff.
Oh boy.
Okay. Wow, those are all
we're
really bad
rolling,
d20 rolls.
We're not doing great.
And they are all failures.
Guys, we're gonna die falling off a cliff.
We're not doing great.
You see, Imric, you can certainly try and stand up. You have slid and you fell on your butt.
I think I'm gonna be crawling back to the entrance. I'm not
It
gonna
is
stand up.
it is
yet.
difficult terrain, so effectively crawling gives you half speed. Difficult terrain makes it half, so you can crawl at a quarter speed, very slow.
Okay. Would I still need to make like acrobat checks?
So every turn that you're crawling, yes, you would have to pass a DC 10 acrobatics check or fall prone. It's just like
Can I try to yeet a rope over to him so that he can like hold on, and then I just like drag him across the ice the rest of the way?
certainly.
I don't know what you want me to roll to
You
yeet
can
the rope.
throw the rope, and then we'll just say, just roll me an athletics check, and we'll see if DC 12 to see if you can land it at him for every
Ooh.
11. So basically, you throw it, and it ends up 10 feet over here.
Oh sweet. Can I just crawl and go grab that?
Sure. Roll me a acrobatic check to see if you are able to maintain it, or if you just slip on your face on the ice. 4. You slip and you fall prone where you were, so you don't make any progress. You just stay at the square where you were.
Okay.
It looks like a Three Stooges comedy special where you're trying to go, but you just keep slipping and falling on your face. Everybody roll me perception checks. Well, the two of you, while Imric is falling on their face.
So do I roll?
Yeah, you can roll it. Yours at disadvantage still anyway, so. Okay. As Imric,
Good old unlucky number.
as Imric is slipping and sliding, eventually, you will make it to the rope. So we'll say a couple of slips and slides, you do make it here to the rope.
Let's go.
You guys all hear a roar carrying itself through the winds of this blizzard.
What kind of roar?
All of you roll me a history check.
Oh,
or survival, whichever one you like better.
Thank you.
Survival and history are the same for me, so
Okay.
either way.
It's way better at survival, but I didn't roll.
It's more so that not so much that you recognize what it is, but you put 2 and 2 together about what
Yeah.
it should be. And you guys hear the roar, then your blood freezes in place. You hear the leathery, heavy leathery flaps of wings beating. and you see
No.
flying out of the blizzard with ice flowing from its mouth, this muscular beast with piercing white blue eyes. Amric got about this much closer before you all see it and you feel it in your bones. You see this white dragon.
No.
Dragon, 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 dragon,
It's a
dragon!
white dragon, not even a baby white dragon.
We're cooked.
We will pick up this fight next time.
No.
Yeah, I think
I knew it.
figure as
I-
much.
I literally messaged Moon like half an hour ago, like, so we're gonna fight a dragon and end, right?
No, we can't
we
end
will,
here,
we will pick
man.
up in 2 weeks and see.
But if we speak,
No.
if we persuade you to
The
let us
last
play a
time
little
I
bit
fought
longer.
a white dragon. The last time I fought a white dragon, I was level 13.
I mean, if you guys want to do this fight right now, we can. It's just almost midnight,
Hey.
so it's up to y'all.
I'm here
Well,
for it.
Wait, I mean, like, I don't have anywhere to be tomorrow, so
Only
I have.
9 o'clock for me, man.
So,
It's up
I
to
mean,
you.
I don't much care unless as long as you are down to run that.
I mean,
fight,
I
guys.
can.
That's true. That
I'm
is
gonna be up
very
until like 4 or
true.
5 o'clock anyway, so another 6 hours for me.
Probably
Anyway.
also
Dude.
gonna be up for another couple hours anyway,
I'm-
so.
So ready.
Y'all want to do
I'm
this fight right
so
now?
ready. I'm so ready, man.
All right,
Hey,
give
hey,
it to me.
hey, hey, hey,
Oh
hey,
my
hey.
gosh.
All right, you asked for it. Give it to me.
Alright, we're done. for.
Hey.
We're
done for.
gonna die. We're gonna die today. It's gonna be so great.
All right.
Oh, I'm so.
Oh my
Bad
god.
initiatives too? Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm ready.
Bruh.
Oh, it's gone to 18?
Guys, we're gonna die to the first dragon
so
breath
ready.
that's about to
I'm
come at us
so
right
ready
now.
for this.
If we're not all in its cone, I would be shooketh.
I'm ready. No, we're gonna be fine, guys. Can anyone
Okay.
speak Draconic? 'Cause this might be a talking kind of scenario.
No. No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
we're
Unless he
done
speaks
for.
French. Oh wait, he probably speaks French if he works for the frost giant.
True. True. Let's do this, guys. I'm
I don't-
ready for this.
I don't
Well,
know if Alex considered that, but I feel like it makes sense.
well, it sees one person flat on the ground, kind of having a bad time, and it sees 2 other bigger meals. So it's gonna try and freeze the 2 that are there before it goes up to its dinner. So it's gonna take its fly speed of a bunch. It's gonna fly to about there. And let me get a cone real quick here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Cone.
not a TPK.
Guys, it's a-okay, man. We got this.
It's just gonna
How-
freeze. It's gonna freeze cone, Genevieve and Marin, because you guys are right there. I need a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I'm fucked.
Okay, so because it's a dragon and I want to keep all the rolls above board, I'm gonna re-roll this, and if it's higher than what I rolled before, I'll give you the number I rolled before. But if it's lower, we're gonna go with what is lower. Marin failed. Genevieve passed. Genevieve, you have resistance to cold, so you'll take a quarter
Yep.
of whatever the damage is.
Yep.
It's almost identical. I rolled. Oh, did it roll to me again? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me refresh this.
Is it like max damage? Come on.
No, I don't know why it's. I don't know why it's
rolling.
roll. I don't know why it's rolling to me, but it rolled 57 damage and 56 damage the first 2 times. So basically, split that in half.
Oh.
So Marin, you take 56 off the rim,
I'm down.
Okay. I see. This is a
and you take 14, Gene.
Cool.
I am down, by the way.
That's its turn. Genevieve, you see Marin get covered in ice. And you're standing there not quite as bad, looking like, oh, that wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad. What are you talking about?
Oh, also your wildfire spirit would have also passed and died.
Yeah,
it's gone too, so I'll
wouldn't
just take
forget
that away.
HP for life.
Yeah. It's up to you. It's your turn, Genevieve. What do you wish to do?
I think. I think I have. Well, I don't have to. I don't have to do anything. But I think it's best. I mean, I have good bonk, but also I need Marin up.
Uh-huh.
How much healing does a superior healing potion do?
Let's see. Superior healing does 8d4 plus 8, and if you use your whole action to give it to him, it takes your action to give it to him, so you'd still roll for it. The 8d4 plus
Yeah,
8.
it's still roll full. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
8d8. Yeah, I think it's better for me to do that than it is for me to lay on hands, because either way it's an action, and this way I keep my lay on hand pool
Okay.
just in cases. So I think I'm gonna spend my action knocking some potion down you. And do I have any bonus actions? Oh, I will bonus action spiritual weapon, I guess.
Okay.
Unless, no, I don't. No, this is a dragon. We don't actually want to be close. It's just that Imric is on ice. That's bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Can it be like the axe that we saw, like the double-headed axe, but I just want it to be like covered in blood
Yeah.
visually.
Absolutely.
And I guess I'll say to the dragon, you don't need to die today either if you don't want to, but in French.
Which of your
Human.
because I never added it to your sheet. Which of your evolutions did you take? Was it Titan's Resilience you took?
Oh, yes, and I would like to activate that as well.
Okay. Yes. All right. So you give that. So you take temporary hit points equal to your charisma plus your paladin level at the start of every turn for a minute, and you get resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. So
Yeah.
basically, right now you get, and those hit points will stack. Those will keep stacking on top of each other. So if they don't burn away, you keep adding them. So you basically you right now will get 9 temporary hit points every round for a minute. So
Yeah.
cool. So you activate that. Roll the dice for Marin to come alive.
Oh, right. I need to actually. What was it? 8d4?
Oh yeah.
Unless does it have a button?
If you search it in D&D Beyond, it will. Then it can do it. 25. So Marin, you now have 25 hit points.
Okay, that's more than half.
Right. And then roll me your spiritual
And
weapon.
then yeah,
attack.
spiritual weapon. Let's see.
I'm just gonna use this guy because it's the first thing I can find as your axe for now, because I think it's funny. This little boy.
Did that?
That's the guy.
Natural 20. So 16 damage on this white dragon. Force damage, okay? Okay.
And then I guess I'd like to. You know, it's not a retreat. It's a tactical step back, a couple steps,
Mm-hmm.
so that ideally I just want to be so that he can't cone us both again.
Okay, cool. So you did that. You did all of your things. I'm gonna put a little thing on you so we know that you have Titan's Resilience on. It was purple for you, and you'll get your 9 temporary hit points every single round for a minute. And so,
Yeah.
since we can also do this, you'll have 9 more rounds of that. There you go. Imric, you are currently, I'll say you're not prone anymore because you got to the rope. So, you are standing
Sweet.
up. If you wish to move, it's going to be its
Slow going.
its own thing. That's for sure. You certainly
Okay.
can. It'll be difficult terrain, but you won't have to make the athletics checks or the acrobatics checks because you have the rope that you can grab onto.
I am going to quicken spell
Ooh.
Mind Sliver on it, trying to reach into its brain to weaken it a little bit.
The one skill it's real bad at. I failed.
Failed? Perfect. 8 psychic damage and a D minus D4 on the next saving throw.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, I'm going to heightened spell. Use 3 sorcery points. I'm gonna reach out my hand to it. I'm hoping this works because I feel like this spell is so overpowered, but it doesn't say anything. I'm gonna cast suggestion on it.
Okay.
If I can cast, there we go. And I wanna reach out to it and just yell to it. Dragon, bow your head to us. Let us board you and ride out of the storm and come back to where you came from and never
Say it in
see
French.
us again.
Say it in
And
French.
I do say it in French.
You know what? This could be a terrible idea. Could not speak French at all.
So you're asking the dragon to allow you to use it as a mount and ride to safety.
Yeah. And then to leave us and never come back.
That feels like a lot.
Okay.
I don't understand that, but it sounds like a bad idea.
What-
Dude. This
what
spell
does-
is overpowered.
What does heightened spell do?
Disadvantage on the saving throw.
That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. Okay.
DC 16.
So,
And how long does the spell last? 8 hours?
8 hours or until it takes damage by me or the ally.
The dragon lands. The dragon bows. And the dragon in common
Dude.
says, "Get on."
No
we
way.
did not. No, we did not
No
just cast
way.
the more dragon.
No way.
Mm-hmm. I rolled a 10 with a disadvantage minus a d4 for a 7.
And it's not immune to being charmed or anything?
No.
Oh. Oh.
Damn it. Fucking legend.
Okay.
But also, I still want to kill it. But yeah, no, I also don't want to die today. So
It's you can climb on. It is still your turn.
Is Marin alive? Is Marin up?
You see Marin up. He was just fed a potion. He's up.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait for everyone else to get on.
Well, you said it in giant, so only Genevieve would know what
Oh,
was said, and
dude.
here's the thing. The dragon looked at you and responded in common.
Oh my god, I'm shaking. Okay. Guys, I have a very fragile spell on this dragon, and we need to leave right now. I think it'll be okay. Let's get on the dragon
What-
and leave the storm.
what about the Celt?
The cart.
John, Viet, where are you right now exactly?
She's
Just as
in the
a
room.
a
Oh,
character.
In the
Where
room.
am I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, if Genevieve steps forward, so basically right there was where they were. They stepped back into the room and down one. So
Yeah,
they're
just-
basically back here. I'll just show you. So like they're right there.
Okay.
They're right there basically,
Okay.
and you're like right there.
Yeah,
and
no,
they-
I can see her. I just want
Oh,
to make
yeah.
sure that she is actually on the
Yep, yep.
in the outside in the
Oh yeah.
opening.
Yeah, you can see them.
Yeah, I'm like just on the other side. I
All
can-
right. We'll stay in an initiative order real quick. Imric, are you climbing on the dragon or are you staying off the dragon for now?
I didn't know if I said I did say let us climb, so
You did.
I'll get on.
Okay, so you get on the dragon.
I'm scared that it's gonna just fly off with
Cool.
just me.
All right. So you're on the dragon now and waiting. Marin, you
But
see
I
Imric
will-
mount the dragon after
will
saying to everyone
emphasize-
to get on.
Very fragile concentration on this spell, and we should probably hurry.
I will get on Imric.
Okay. You
I
What about
don't know.
the cart, guys? We've spent so much time making this cart and carrying that cart.
the dragon holds their turn. The dragon holds their turn until Jean-Pierre gets on.
What about the cart, guys?
We
Just-
might need to sacrifice the cart.
For now, if Imric say that, I'm cool doing that because Imric has been the one that's.
We
I've
spent so much money on this
been
cart.
so honest, I'm not even thinking about the cart can die right now.
I don't get to kill a dragon and I don't get a cart. This is bullshit. I think that's legitimately kind of what Jean is thinking, but
You are more
She-
than
Right
welcome to
now-
talk to me and try
She's-
later.
Dude,
she saw Marin go down with one blow. She doesn't need to keep this fight going.
right now, Imric is just like shutting his eyes so tight and like not looking around anywhere, just solely concentrating on this spell.
I know guidance doesn't do anything in this case, but I cast guidance.
Okay.
Also, if there's a moment that we have to, like, I know that I'm using my movement to get over on the dragon. Am I able to use my action to chug a healing potion, or do I have to
when you climb on the dragon, you can certainly anyone who wants to drink a potion can certainly drink a potion for the totality of effects.
I am mildly concerned that the second that we are brought to safety, it's going to attack us again.
He did.
I told it to leave.
Yeah. He did say
Right
that.
now,
Yeah,
I
I'm-
think our only risk is me failing a
He told it to
concentration
leave and
check.
never come back. Is what specifically Imric
Yeah,
said upon leaving it there.
I know. I'm still mildly concerned
Oh.
that there's a risk of
Well,
it.
I will say in character, the only things that you guys know is Imric said, "Get on the dragon. It's fine. I have very careful control over this
I mean,
spell."
no, I heard
Yeah.
him say it in French, right?
Yep.
I heard him say the suggestion.
The dragon lifts off, and he looks up, and with a snarl, knowing this is against his will, says, "You're lucky I'm not my siblings or my father. I would have just eaten you right away. They prefer not to toy with their food. But now it seems I have no choice but to obey. Know that this day you have made an enemy, and it may not be me that finds you in the future, but I will take you to safety. For now." And the
Guys, we
dragon-
just enemy the dragon.
I'm
and-
just trying to survive.
No, I'm
And-
with you.
And the
I'm
heavy...
talking to the dragon right now.
Well, maybe you can prove yourself useful at a later date. We shall see if you are worthy. The leather
You are
wings
not-
start
You
to...
are not the.
Hmm?
You are not the first person or the first creature trying to fight us worthy. We are already under someone else's
Marin,
contract.
let's relax a little bit here, man.
The
Time out.
the dragon's wings start to beat heavily as it takes off. And it starts to run on all fours on the ice. You feel the wind in your hair. The wind, as it comes to the edge, the wings snatch onto the ground, creating a very large updraft. And flying up and above the storm, you are immediately, as you take off, you guys are pelted in the face with ice chunks, with snow, with everything. And Imric, you think for a second that this beating of sleet and hail and snow and ice and frigidness that is berating your flesh, that you are going to lose concentration on this suggestion that is keeping you now hundreds of feet above the ground, keeping you and your party alive. Because if this dragon were to come out of your suggestion and decide to turn
Well, it's
upside down,
over.
you are all... There is 0% chance that you would survive, if even making it to the ground in one piece. But it finds a break in the clouds, and for that split second of absolute fear and terror gushing through your blood and your mind, everything running ice cold, you poof, break above the cloud system. And you just float above the clouds for 30 minutes, 45, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours,
Well, getting to the end of the spell
5
there.
hours,
5 hours.
6 hours.
Okay, hold on.
I has. Can I get do I get to do something at that
You
6
can keep.
7 hours
Yeah.
mark?
What do you need to do? Yeah.
Can Imrik tell the bird to the dragon to turn around?
I think I just got the one command. And
Okay.
then it just goes with that command.
It wasn't flying at full speed above the clouds. It was basically at a gliding speed. So instead of flying 80 feet per movement, it was basically flying at about 30 for you not to fall off. Like it was going slow for a dragon. Normal speed for
Right.
you, slow as shit for a dragon, less than half
Yeah.
its speed. But it flies until the storm breaks, and then
It is a 30 feet concentration though, so as soon as we leave this range, it's gonna come at us.
no, it lasts for 8 hours. That's 30 feet to cast the
is just
spell,
the
and the
initial
concentration's for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And so the end of the spell, Imrik also put in there to leave and do not return to harm them. So basically, once it lands, it's going to leave to not return, at least for the next, as long as you keep up concentration.
Well,
it's 2 hours.
Alex, this is
Rude.
what I was thought that I was gonna do is I'm gonna conjure two giant eagle and take us away from the back of the dragon, so it doesn't chase us. Like as soon as we
Like, drop us
landed, it
to the
doesn't
ground?
just fuck with us.
That's fair. So at the 6 hour mark, when are you doing it? Are you trying to get them to take you off of the back of the dragon, or after it lands?
I just gonna the two giant eagle. One of them carry Jean. One of them carry me and Imrik, and just took off from the back of the white dragon and head towards the not opposite direction, but just a separate direction as the dragon keep heading to a direction. I would in character I will check with Imrik on how that could if that could work out.
So, as you bring that up to Imrik, I will let you know, Imrik, for the way that you presented the spell to this dragon. The dragon is under the command that it has to get you to safety, right? And then
Oh.
leave.
Wha-
So-
okay.
The way this is presented to you, you would imagine that something trying to tear you off of the back of the dragon mid-flight is not getting you to safety. It would immediately break the concentration on the spell, and the suggestion would be gone, and it would be free to do whatever it wanted to do. Now, if the dragon was to get you to safety and then leave, you very much then could proceed with that plan. But
Wait.
yes.
So you're saying if we go with the plan, it's gonna break the spell?
What I'm saying is, if they try to take you off the back of this dragon is going to fight the things trying to take you from safety. So the dragon's
okay.
going to turn and dragon's breath or claw at the eagles to keep you safe until it gets you to what it believes is safety, per what you requested it to do. So its job right now is to get you to safety and then leave and not return.
Okay.
So
Marin?
that is what you believe could happen. It might not, but that is the vibe of your spell based on how you've set it up to be used.
Marin, I think I have a pretty good handle on the dragon. I have 2 more hours left of this spell. Let's just write it out for a little bit, and if things start to get bad at the last couple of minutes, we'll go with your plan. Okay? How's that sound?
Yeah, Patty, I assume you did all of this telepathically.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want the dragon to hear.
Okay. At about the 7 hour mark, the dragon lands and leans down for you all to clamber off of its back.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, dragon.
Man, we have
I
your
know.
number.
So at some point in the flight, can I have asked what the dragon's name was? Like, salut, dragon, comment tu
This is-
t'appelles?
Some small talk.
Do
I
you,
just want to know his name.
do you speak Draconic?
No, I'm trying to see if he speaks French because I assume that he does.
He, as you say, what is your name in French?
Does it
Giant.
speak?
You know it speaks
Elvish?
common.
Yeah.
You know it speaks common. It looks at you as you
Yeah,
speak to it in giant and says, I do not understand.
Oh. Do you have a name?
Yes.
What is your name? If we are going to be enemies after this point, I would like to know your name. You said you weren't happy with this whole situation, so it would no.
Would you be happy if you were forced to do something against your will?
She doesn't. She doesn't like it. I can tell that right now.
But my name is Renee Ice Breath.
Her name is Renee.
Well, my name is Jean-Pierre.
Well, also, you look tasty, but you, good job on tanking that breath attack. It was only
Am
about
I gonna
half.
flirt with a dragon
It
now?
was only
Oh,
about
no.
half as powerful as it could have been. But you looked very gallant in the shimmering ice that encapsulated you.
The cold never bothered me anyway.
Okay.
The whole dragon starts to shake a little bit as it chuckles deep inside, and then it blasts a cold breath out in front of itself and flies through it, and you guys get a little chilly. And you see at this point,
Jean,
those of you who
Jean
have
doesn't
hair,
shiver at all.
the tips get a little frozen, a little frosted tips from the ice. See what I did there?
Do you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
cousin
frosted
that
tip.
breathes fire? I think I'll prefer that a little bit more.
No, fire is terrible. Ice is much better type of dragon.
No,
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to compliment you personally. It's just foul dragon. Fire is not as good. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you, fire druid. Ice is better.
No, fire is much better.
I mean, if you wish for me to take you to my brethren who breathe fire and we can test out who survives better, we can certainly do this.
I do not think that would count as safety.
Correct. But,
So not now, thank you.
hmm.
When you say your brethren are going to be mad at us as well, does that mean the fire breathing type or do you have other ice brethren?
I mean, we dragons are all related one way or the other, but when I go and when my family learns of my embarrassment, they will likely want to seek out those that embarrassed me.
I mean, are you going to tell them? I usually don't tell people if I do embarrassing things.
I'm not the smartest or wisest or most charismatic, so they'll likely get it out of me when they
I'm
see
also not the wisest or the smartest. I'm not terrible with charisma.
I'm strong and
Chilly.
hardy and breathe cold. That's about my strengths.
I am also strong and hardy, but I do not breathe cold.
Well,
I-
seems we're getting close to what I deem to be safe.
Oh,
Hold on
where
tight.
are we?
Hold on tight. Whoosh! Dives. Like, you see the wings. You know how when, like, hawks and peregrine falcons dive, they put their wings, like, they fold them back almost flat? The dragon does the same. The wings fold back, and you go like a missile diving at the ground at about 160 feet per round. And you guys are a solid couple thousand feet up in there, and you whoosh. You look up, and your cheeks are flapping in the wind like dog faces do when they're driving. You guys are just getting absolutely berated by the wind. But as you land, you find that you are not in the icy tundra area where you were before. You're also not necessarily in a place that you recognize. You're kind of just out in an open field. You don't really have any bearings on where you are right now. And all Renee says to you is, well, I likely won't be seeing you again, but who knows? Maybe our paths will cross once more on less tumultuous terms. But also, if you ever return to my fortress again, I will just eat you this time.
And can we have our cult back? Is that possible? Just
I'm not going to be your messenger retriever boy, so if you find it again, good luck, but I would not welcome you to my fortress for that. So.
that is completely fair. Honestly, I know that this is not the best of circumstances, but I think this went pretty much about as good as it could have because nobody is dead. And
There will be a moment between that sentence that Marin just jump up and cover Jean's mouth and be like, just stop
Yeah.
talking. Imric is having a hard enough time already.
Imric, go ahead and roll me a concentration check for staying awake.
Oh no.
Worst timing possible.
yeah, 100%.
Okay, but I get a +3 to this.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh!
You-
Cover the
Thank
clutch.
you.
You
Cover the
are
clutch.
basically standing there holding your eyeballs open like not now, not now.
Yeah.
Roll me an intelligence saving throw, however.
Oh, okay. +3.
That's not a natural one. That's not a natural one. I can tell you that right now.
It's fine. It's a 4. You
It's-
you hear one thing in your head, and all it says is, "You have to sleep eventually. Then
Uh,
we will have a conversation, and I am very curious about how this is going to go for us. I look forward to it, Marin. Emmerich, even.
Wait, Marin?
Sorry. I look forward to it, Emmerich. I'll be seeing you." You recognize the voice, Therazune's in a very interesting tone that you've not heard quite before. It's almost like, not disappointment, but almost like he's anticipating your arrival. Almost like an excitement. Kind of a, it'll happen. It'll happen one of these days. It's bound to happen. But as you snap back to reality, you see the dragon snorts, and icy wind just flares out of those nostrils. Says, "Well, until next time, maybe. Who knows?"
No. There will never be a next time, Ren. And if there is a next time, I swear to everything, I will kill you and then your family. Leave and never come back.
You see, like, this.
Jean has never been prouder of you. Like, Jean is the proudest mother at this moment.
The eyes go from like a white blue to a Vanta black void. And for a split second, you all see the entirety of this dragon go from an icy white to a shimmering, starry, voided black. And then immediately flashes back to white.
Oh no.
I'm sure you will. And takes off flying. Up
As
and then in a
soon
direction.
as that dragon kind of turns around and not looking at us, there are two giant eagles just come out of Marin's finger and grab all three of us and
All
fly
right.
to whatever direction we head towards.
Are you going the opposite direction of where the dragon's flying, or are you just picking a direction and
I
going?
think at the moment it's gonna go for the opposite direction first, and then
Okay.
we will head towards the I think it's called Endorian.
Eldoria?
Endoria.
Okay. Well, you have to figure out where you are to know how to get to Eldoria. So, but with that, this is where we'll end this session, with you flying in a random
my
direction
gosh.
in the middle of Gaia, not necessarily knowing where you are, but still having the same type of plan of going to Eldoria. once again escaping with your lives, this time not from murdering, but this time from suggesting to a dragon to spare you.
Oh, God.
We have a way to figure out how to get to where you're going. You have a lack of sleep Imric who can't have spell slots forever, who eventually will have to meet Therastoon in his sleep, and we'll see what happens then. But now we'll pick up
I'm
in 2
gonna
weeks.
put myself at 1 spell level, 1/3 level short.
Yep.
For now.
All right.
And if we need to do 2 more spell level short, I will do that.
Cool. All right. Just cast the spell so that way you remember that you casted it. That way it shows up in roll 20. But we'll pick up in 2 weeks and see what goes on.
Oh man.